Pirates fight for old Southwestern, for alma mater dear. Pirates fight for old Southwestern, to Southwestern will be loyal to the sun from the sky. And remember to the end that a fight will never die. Pirates fight, yeah we win, ayy. Pirates fight, whoa, to the end, whoa. Pirates fight, yeah we win, ayy. Pirates fight, yeah, to the end, whoa, to the end.
Well, good evening and welcome to Southwestern Pirates football here on the Vype Live Network. My name is Merle Bertrand, coming to you live from Birkelbach Field on the campus of Georgetown High School in Georgetown, Texas, joined by my broadcast partner and lifetime Pirate TJ Vela, as well as Chuck Tracy down at the sidelines. Dalton Brown and Donald Williams providing all the pretty pictures. Our producer Trey Grubb and Skylar Gillespie, our QA, as the Pirates prepare to host the Puget Sound Loggers out of Tacoma, Washington. And TJ, Pirates held on for a gritty road win last week at McMurray. Puget Sound coming halfway across the country after a tough loss at home last week. The Pirates handled these guys pretty well last year, but when you're trying to kind of build the program back up and get it going again, you can't take anything for granted.
No, Merle, you're absolutely correct on that. You cannot take anything for granted. The Pirates here today need to be more focused than they've ever been, whether it be this year, last year, whenever. The Pirates know what they have to do to win today, and looking on the other side of the ball, Puget Sound, they're a young team. They don't even remember last year.
That's right.
70 players on their squad this year are underclassmen, either first or second year players. So they're looking to make a big statement here today. So the Pirates need to be locked in this contest.
You're absolutely right. So the Pirates are now 1-0 after that hard-fought 27-19 road win over McMurray last week. The Puget Sound Loggers 0-1 after falling 56-20 at home to Lewis and Clark. The Pirate offense was efficient last week. Didn't rack up a lot of yards, but they didn't need to. They played a lot of short fields. The Loggers defense, on the other hand, gave up 56 points and 679 yards. So do you expect Southwestern to really work to get their running game where they want it to be? They want to run the football, and this is a golden opportunity to work on that today.
Yeah, it really is, Merle. When you think about it, this is one of those games where you really find the true culture and identity of your team. This is one where you lean on that offensive line, you lean on your running back room, which is 3 deep, and you say, hey, we're going to go man-on-man against you, and we're going to run the ball down your throat. And coincidentally, that's going to open up the passing game later on in the game, hopefully. So it all starts with the run. It all starts up front. As a former offensive lineman, I love hearing that kind of stuff.
Oh, I'm sure you do. On the other side of the ball, the Pirate defense bent, but mostly didn't break last week. The run defense especially strong, and Puget Sound really struggled to run in their opener. So they have a legitimate passing game. That was a sore spot for Southwestern's defense. So what are you looking for on that side of the ball today?
I'm going to look for those front four to be really aggressive, beat their guys off the snap. They're going to have to cause havoc in the backfield, keep their quarterback Teeter from making any kind of plays down the field. And I'm going to look for better coverage downfield, especially when we get into that zone coverage. We see a lot of soft curl routes beat that zone coverage a lot with the Pirates. For here today, they're going to have to defend that really well, knowing how good of a passing team Puget Sound is.
Well, let's hear from our intrepid sideline reporter. He's fortunate to be standing down in the shade down there, Chuck. Home opener for 2025. What's the movement like in the sideline as the Pirates warm up?
Well, they seem to be pretty mellow. You know, there's not a ton of energy, but right now there's not a lot of players down here. You know, typical warm-up session. I'm just excited to be in the shade, so that's a plus for me. I really do think the Pirates are going to have to lean on their defense. I mean, I think their offense should be able to produce today. As TJ mentioned, they gave up a lot of points to their opponent last weekend and a lot of yards. And so it's an opportunity for the offense to really get an idea of who fits in where and where they could be effective in multiple situations. But I do think the Pirates will lean on their defense again. And I think that'll be the Pirates' mantra throughout this season. It is a deep defense, especially in the secondary along the front there, the defensive line, and I do think the Pirates can rely on those guys to get a lot of wins this season. And we'll see what Coach has to say. They did give up close to 400 yards to this team last year. They did hold them to a minimal number of points, but it wasn't because they were unable to move the ball. So we'll see what they can do today.
Yes, we absolutely will. Before we hear from Coach Kriesel, I want to bring in the fourth member of our crew, Mr. Trey Grubb, our producer extraordinaire, get his thoughts after seeing the Pirates debut last week. What are your thoughts here today, Trey?
Yeah, so I think that there's been a nice probably week of looking at film. That's what you do. You get into the film room. You see what worked. Got to keep that going. See what didn't work. Got to figure out how to get that going. And then stuff that we don't want to do, we got to get rid of that, right? So I'm excited to see how the coaching staff adapts to the things that they saw last week, what they come out with this week. So I think y'all guys are exactly right, though, leaning on the defense.
Well, without further ado, let's hear from the guy who knows about this Pirates football team more than all of us combined times infinity. That would be head coach Bill Kriesel. I had a chance to sit down with him earlier in the week. Let's get Coach Kriesel's thoughts on last week's contest and today's home opener here against the Puget Sound Loggers. And we're pleased to be joined once again at the pregame show by the head coach of the Southwestern Pirates, Coach Bill Kriesel. And Coach, a very good outcome on Saturday afternoon, a very intriguing football game, entertaining for everybody but probably the coaches. But your thoughts on a great season opening win for the Pirates?
Yeah, it's just always good to get out there to play. You've been practicing for 3-4 weeks going against yourself. You got a little bit of a scrimmage to tune up, and you're never really sure what's going to happen on the first game. You know the excitement's going to be high. Our guys play with a lot of passion and on both sides. And we talked about it before the game. A big thing before our game was who's going to control their emotions, who's going to play with discipline, state of their techniques, whether things are going good, things are going bad, are we going to support each other, are we not going to get too high, too low, stay the course, and I think our guys handled it so well. It's what I told them after the game. I was more proud of the fact of how they handled their emotions and how they went about throughout the whole game versus what the final result was. And I said that's what kind of championship teams do. I mean, you look at some really, really good teams over the years, and you see that you constantly keep doing what their job is. And that was our model all week. Our model all week was do your job, control your emotions, and we'll be all right.
I mean, other than like a kickoff return for a touchdown or something like that, I can't even imagine a better start. You go down there and they kind of self-destruct a little bit, but you take advantage of that and get the fumble recovery in the end zone to set the tone for the entire day, it felt like.
Yeah, and I mean, we won the toss and we deferred, and we felt comfortable defensively in terms of our experience, being able to handle that first drive. Not that our offense wouldn't be able to do that, but we have more experience on the defensive side of the ball, so we wanted to defer and see what they were going to do, and when we took advantage of it. You say get lucky, this and that, but we had to make a play. Daryl Bailey, our defensive tackle, did a great job of stripping, sacking, and then Rhino, our number 5 out there, was able to get on the ball, and we started off with a 7-0 lead with a minute to go. So yeah, you couldn't ask for a better start, to say the least. But again, that's all about how our emotions are. We figured our senior not totally dominated defense, but in terms of our experience was on that side of the ball, Merle. So we wanted to go with them, and they came up with a great play, and it was a great way to start the game.
Yeah, and just kind of built on that to get out to the big lead. They started coming back. You knew they would, especially at home and that kind of thing. But it kind of gets back to your point about how the team responded. When there was adversity, they didn't collapse. They just kind of shook it off and went back to work.
Yeah, I had told them after the game again about, it's been a while since I can remember a team from our team here at Southwestern that was as emotionally mature as we were throughout that whole game. We really were focused on what we had to do. Credit to the players, just being able to internalize that message all week. It's one thing to say it, right? You actually have to go out and do it, right?
Sure.
And there's so much emotion going on in that first game. I mean, there's emotion in every game, but especially that first game. You know there's stuff that's going to happen that you're not sure of, and you haven't seen it yet. We had to have a lot of young players step up for us based on some injuries and just some of our depth issues, but just a tremendous way to come out and play, and had a great fan base there, traveled with us. Merle, you should know, you guys were in the stands doing the broadcast.
One of the best crowds I've seen on the road.
Yeah, so I mean, some people had commented that the film was shaking a little bit while they were watching the game at home, so it was really, really good. Great support, really good game. Couldn't have asked for a better outcome.
Talk about the defense a little bit. We'll get to the offense in a second. But the defense give up the yards, but they came up big when they had to. You already talked about the fumble recovery in the end zone. But there at the end, they were given ground, but they seemed like they always make the stop when they had to make the stop.
Yeah, so very good offensive football team we play. You'll see throughout the year, as long as that team stays healthy, they're going to put up a lot of yards on teams. They throw the ball well. They got some really good perimeter players. Their offensive line is big up front, so sometimes, and we got after the passer and made him move around quite a bit, but that quarterback's a heck of a player. Hopefully he he's feeling okay today. Number 5, I mean, great game by him last night. On Saturday night. He's a really good football player. And we just knew it. Just have him keep snapping the ball. Kept telling him, keep snapping the ball. Keep the ball in front of us a little bit. We gave up 2 explosive plays in the passing game that led to 2 scores. But if we didn't give up an explosive passing play, it was hard for them to put together 8, 10, 12 plays to enable to score. So we knew that we're going to give up some yardage. We were just wanted to make sure that, hey, it's all about the end, when the score on the end of the game. Can we keep them down? And we came up with they were 1 for 4 on 4th down conversions.
Right. Yep.
We got 2 turnovers, one that equated for a touchdown. So even though we lost the yardage battle, we ended up winning the scoring battle, which really matters.
And the run defense is super solid. Other side of the ball, Jackson Sims making, I think it was his first start, but he hadn't seen limited action last year. Didn't play like it. He played like an experienced veteran. Running game didn't do a lot in terms of yardage, but I felt like it really set up the passing game. It was great to see a vertical passing game for Southwestern.
Yeah, and that's the thing you'll see. Like, we want to run the football. There's no doubt about that, and that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to try to establish the run. Teams are selling out so much right now for us to stop our running game.
Right.
That we have to be able to capitalize on that and hit the vertical passing game and make some explosive plays in the passing game. And we talked about that before the game. When I was on the sideline before, we're talking about, hey, we're going to make sure we're going to try to establish the run, but then again, the big thing that we need to move forward in is terms of being able to, when teams overload on our run, right, when they're playing defense, how do we make them pay for it? And Graydon Thompson just played absolutely remarkable, and so did Jackson Sims. I mean, Jackson controlled the game, playing no turnovers. I told him after the game, I said, hey, you had a great game, all that kind of stuff. The thing that we're most proud of is the fact that we didn't turn the ball over once the whole game. And that's a big emphasis for us this year. So you guys have watched over the last few years, we've kind of got that turnover bug, right? And we have too many turnovers. We won the turnover battle. We won the battle on key downs in terms of 3rd and 4th downs and those kind of things. And yeah, we didn't win the yardage battle, but you win in those other key areas, you got a good chance to win a football game.
And the last thing about last week's game before we move on to this week, special teams, they always get kind of overlooked, good and bad. I mean, the weird scramble plays on the conversion attempts, that made life miserable, I'm sure, for you and the coaching staff. On the other side, the freshman kicker and punter coming in, doing a great job, pinning them down and making the long field. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, let's accentuate the positives from that standpoint. I mean, Chase Lanham set a school record with a 47-yard field goal. Very first field goal of his college career, and he banged in a 47-yard.
You told him it's not always going to be that easy.
Oh,
right?
exactly. I mean, he was kicking in warm-ups, making it from 55. So we felt pretty good about his range and did a great job. Plus, he handled our punt. Our snapper, Cole Mansour, did a great job. Our holder, Austin Hill, the batter. The great thing that we have this year is we have 5 special teams players on our roster, and they're able to work together all the time. You didn't get to see 2 of them because they're in practice and helping us out doing what they need to be doing there. But we, typically you have 2 or 3 guys. You're not really sure if you have a full-time long snapper at this level.
Right.
But Cole Mansour is an awesome player in terms of what he does, from long snapping to doing all the punt snapping, the kick snapping. He actually made a tackle on the punt covered team as well. So all 3 of them did such a great job, and it's hard to pick out one. Obviously, you look at Chase because he's the one that made the kicks and stuff. But I'm telling you, there's the 3 of they work a lot. They work hard. They practice an hour and a half a day, just working on that battery and doing the stuff they have. So you kind of take it for granted. You really don't when you don't have that battery ready to go, and that's a big improvement for us, Merle, this year so far. Our coverage units were okay. We got to get a little better in that, but that's that first game stuff, right? You can't really simulate that in practice much. In Austin College, when we scrimmage them, they don't want to do live special teams as well. So you really don't have a lot to go on. You just got to make sure the effort is good. Right. And our effort was very good, so we were feeling good about that. We just got to get a little bit better in some of our coverage lanes, and we'll be okay.
Well, a good start to the season. Unless there's anything else that you want to touch on that I didn't, we'll move on to our game number 2 coming up here. Home opener against the University of Puget Sound. Pirates handled them pretty well on the road last year. They lost their season opener by about the same amount that they lost the season opener last year. Not a whole lot of inferences you can draw from that, but talk about the Loggers a little bit.
Yeah, they're going to come down and present a challenge in the passing game, because that's what they do.
Right.
For defensively speaking, we're going to have to be ready to, again, we're going to give up some yards in the passing game. So we've just got to make sure that we don't get too excited about how many yards they're getting. But again, we're going to limit the explosive plays. Got to let our pass rush do its thing, because our defensive line is very good, and we got to let them get after the quarterback in the pass rush, and we got to play good good defense in the back end and play well. Offensively, we're going to try to get the ground game going. We think that this is a team that we should be able to run the ball again. But again, if they're going to throw 8-9 guys in the box, they're going to have to try to figure out a way to cover our receivers, and it'll be similar if that's what they decide to do. If they decide to just sell out everything they need to do in the running game, we feel just fine about doing the passing game as well.
I'm going to see if I can bring the light back on.
Yeah, we'll bring the light back on with the motion sensor. There we go. We're back.
We're experienced veterans at this now.
That's it. We got it down.
Well, how much does it help coming off the season opening game, knowing that you can throw the ball around a little bit if you have to? Does that take some of the pressure off, knowing that, hey, if they're going to stack the box, we have the capability to go down the field?
Yeah, I think it does, Merle. I think it's a great way to look at it. Like, we got to be comfortable with that, right? And we talk about this in the spring and then moving into the fall camp and into the first game. It was such a huge emphasis for us because we have really good, talented players on the outside. Right. So you could see that with the way Graydon played. But she also had Blake Garcia making some good plays. You had a freshman, Harris Gillian, set up, had a pass interference call and almost made a really nice play in the back end as well. We can throw the ball to our backs out of the backfield. We can do a lot of things in the passing game. Our offensive line is pass protecting very well and doing a good job. So we can find ways to try to take some of that pressure off our run game, which I think is really, really helpful for us. And again, that was a big point of emphasis for us. And Jackson and even and Jacob Smith, our backup quarterback, you didn't get a chance to see him, but he's ready to go as well. And they battled it out all throughout camp, and it was really close. I mean, we think it's 1A and 1B, not really one starter and one not. They're both capable players, so maybe we get to see him a little bit this week as well. So we're gonna do what we need to do to make sure we're successful on Saturday, but the passing game is a key part of it.
And last thing here before we let you go, what's the special event coming up at home this week? Is there anything on tap in terms of honoring anybody and that kind of thing?
No, we started a new tradition. We started it last year. We have a tunnel leader. So every year, every game, we pick somebody special, whether it be the community, a Southwestern campus, a former player, former coach. So this year, like last year, we're having Miss Ella from our commons, our cafeteria, who's been there for I think I mentioned her. I think it's her 26th year, and she's just known. Everybody loves her in there. So she's going to be leading us out of the tunnel, Merle, just to start our first home game. She did it last year when we played McMurray at home and we got the win. So hopefully it's a good luck charm there. So
if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Oh, exactly. So we're going to honor Miss Ella, and everybody knows who she is. She's great, and so that's the tradition we've started last year, and we'll continue that moving forward.
All right. Well, any final thoughts here before we let you go?
Just you guys enjoy the home game. Will be exciting. It'll be a good game. We'll have a great crowd there. We'll welcome Puget Sound coming down from Tacoma, Washington. They did a great job welcoming us up there last year. Very good school, a good football team. It'll be fun to play against them and just enjoy the game.
All right, Coach, congratulations on 1-0. Let's make it a 2-0 start to the season.
Appreciate you, Merle. Thank you.
All right, Southwestern Pirates head coach Bill Kriesel, I guess you're on the pregame show. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. And welcome back to Birkelbach Field. Merle Bertrand here along with TJ Bailey, Chuck Tracy down on the sidelines. We're standing by to catch up with head coach Bill Kriesel. The Pirates just took the field, so we'll see if Chuck can track him down here real quick. Beautiful day, about 92 degrees in Georgetown, Texas. And it looks like we're going to have our national anthem first.
Entered into eternal rest surrounded by family and friends after a courageous battle with cancer. His positive energy and love for football profoundly impacted many in the Pacific Northwest during this more than 30 years in coaching. We ask that you join the Loggers and the Pirates as we take a moment of silence to reflect on the many contributions both on and off the field of Coach Judd Kine. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you rise and remove your hats as we honor all of those who have served or are currently serving our country at home and abroad with the playing of our national anthem.
All right, I think Chuck has Coach Kriesel standing by. So, Chuck, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Okay, Coach. Big win last week. Pretty good performance, especially on the defensive side of the ball. This team last year, you're playing today, the Loggers, they got close to 400 yards against the defense. What are the keys to slowing this attack down?
Well, the key is just making big improvements from week one to week two. That's the big time when we talk about all week. It's about us improving in all our individual skills, winning our individual battles. It has to be the way it's going to be. The strength of this team we're playing today is the passing game. So they're going to get some yards in the passing game. I know you probably know me long, Chuck. Passing yards defensively is not a huge deal. It's about limiting those explosive plays, making the tackles, make it tough in the red zone, and playing well on offense.
Well, the Loggers defense gave up quite a few points and yardage last week to their opponent in week one. What do you expect offensively? You discovered a pretty deep. I mean, you probably already knew about the running back room. It looked pretty good last week.
Yeah, it'll be great for us to try to establish the running game. McMurray did a great job last week of kind of shutting that down or defending it really, really hard. So we'll see what happens. Puget Sound's trying to figure out what there are defensively. They got some good players there. They're just young. So we should be able to establish the run, look for some big pass plays, and our offense will get rolling.
Good luck, Coach. Keep focused.
Thank you.
And there you go, Merle. Those are the keys to today's game.
All right, Chuck, thank you very much. We'll be talking to you throughout the game as the captain's meeting near midfield. Pirates in the home black today. Brand new unis, I guess, TJ.
Yeah, brand new black unis. They had the white unis last week that were new too, but these black unis are looking sleek out there, Merle.
They look good because it's in the shade. I wouldn't want to be playing in those at 93 degrees when it's 12 o'clock at noon.
Yeah, that's why they wore them here in the 7 o'clock kickoff. But there's another thing. They used to always say back in the day, Coach Ross, our old strength coordinator, who wears all black? People that go into a funeral. And right now the Pirates trying to have a Logger funeral here tonight.
I like it. Great crowd on hand. You mentioned it, too. It's a nice crowd, one of the bigger crowds we've seen over the past couple of years. And the Puget Sound fans traveling all the way from Tacoma, Washington. Hope they're enjoying this Texas heat. Maybe the Loggers aren't used to this stuff.
They're lucky we didn't have that 11 a.m. kickoff because it would have been absolutely scorching hot here at Birkelbach. So I think they are enjoying it to an extent. Hopefully they got some barbecue in their Texas stay.
So we are ready to go. Pirates 1-0, Puget Sound 0-1. Second meeting between these two ball clubs all time. Of course, Southwestern winning the first matchup last year, pretty impressively. So we'll see how it goes today. Southwestern set to kick it off from right to left. And it's the freshman kicker, Chase Lanham, with the football on the tee. Home opener 2025 from Birkelbach Field on the campus of Georgetown High School. Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. Pirates kicking off from right to left, no wind to speak of, 92 degrees. The sun setting behind the stadium. We are underway from Georgetown, Texas. And it's going to sail back to about the 1 yard line, goes back into the end zone. He's going to bring it out to the 5, up to the 10, and good pursuit there. Good coverage by the Pirate defense to hold that one to a very short return. And the Loggers will start off on offense, first down and 10 at about their own 11-yard line. Come in averaging 20 points per game, 374 yards. Of course, that's just one game. Senior quarterback Hayden Teeter, 29 out of 47, 340 yards and 3 touchdowns. They got beat last week, 56-20, but the offense did well, TJ. It's going to be a challenge.
It really will be. Teeter does a really good job getting the ball in the air, getting the ball to his playmaker. He got the ball to Darius Bailey, number 2, his favorite target. Had 2 touchdowns last week. Look for that connection for the Loggers to stay hot this week.
Pirate defense on the field, first down and 10 at the 11. And pump fake. Pass over to the center of the field. That ball is batted away. Good coverage downfield for Southwestern. Playing the ball perfectly was Cam Willis-Roberson. And Trey, if you get a chance, call up the offense and defense lineups there so folks can see it. Second down and 10 coming up.
And even with the incomplete pass, the Loggers moving quickly here, getting set on the line. They don't want to give this Pirates defense any chance to rest.
Second down, 10, running left side out to the 16-yard line. It's going to be a gain of about 4 yards on the play. Bring up a critical third down, and let's call it 5 here. Pirate defense with a chance to get off the field and get the 3 and out.
Great gang tackle over there on the top of your screen. That was number 2, Daryl James. Again, DJ James making a great tackle on that open field.
So big third down and 5. Pirate defense last week, 19 points, 380 yards. Bent but didn't break very often. Trips here to the near side. Teeter dropping back, swing pass right side. Caught and dropped immediately at the 19-yard line. They completed the pass, but didn't get much after the catch. As in on the stop for Southwestern, that's Jameer Martin, the junior, and should see the punting unit on here with a 4th down and 2.
Yeah, the junior captain doing his job once again. It was a simple curl route there, but in man coverage was Martin. He made a great open field tackle, great beat on the ball, and a 3-and-out to start. As a defensive-minded head coach and Coach Kriesel, he loves things like that.
Thomas Goglin, the punter, on here to kick this one away. He's the kicker and the punter, averaging 36.6 yards per punt with a long of 44. He's put 1 out of 5 inside the 20, and this one's going to angle and take a longer bounce. We're going to be picked up at the 33-yard line, up to the 35. Dangerous pickup, and managed to save 4 or 5 yards by picking it up and then getting another couple yards on the return.
And that was Devin Phillips there, the junior out of Rockport, Texas. Just had a little bit of trouble corralling that ball.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for him, not much room to work with once that swarm came from the Loggers, but still good field position if you're the Pirates.
Here comes the Pirate offense. 27 points last week, 241 yards. Sophomore quarterback Jackson Sims, 9 out of 15, 148 yards with the touchdown. Could have had 2 at a drop pass, but still a pretty good performance there. The running backs, there were 3 of them, Tyson Williams, Devin Baylor, Devon Phillips, 32 carries for 101 yards combined. So a running back room getting him over the century mark. First down and 10 for the Pirates at the 36-yard line. First possession. Sims, swing pass, right side complete. There he is again. Right back to that feature target of Graydon Thompson.
Yeah, Graydon Thompson on the top of your screen, just a simple out route and a great route from him, getting a lot of yards on that one. He was a playmaker last week, was our player of the game, essentially 2 touchdowns, like you were saying, Merle, and already Sims finding his favorite target.
5 catches, 127 yards, 25.4 yards per catch. He caught 2 touchdown passes. 1 from Sims and 1 from Devon Phillips on the halfback pass. Ooh, sliding down the 45-yard line. The turf monster getting a hold of Devon Phillips right there. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 2.
And that was Phillips again. He had a big hole right up the middle following his center and his guard. Those are 2 freshmen starting once again for the Pirates due to injury. And right there, Phillips would have had the first down, but the turf monster got him, Merle.
So a big 3rd down opportunity here for the Southwestern defense, or Southwestern offense, pardon me. Puget Sound, 679 yards given up last week. Two receivers bunched up on the right side off the tight end. Sims in the shotgun. Toss sweep right side, trying to get the corner turned, and I think he got there. I think he got just enough.
It's a close spot, but they are giving him the first down
Yep.
over there. The ref on the top of your screen is signaling for the chains. There they go. What a great play design there, Merle. They get the defense to stack the box by bringing everything in tight. Then they run this toss patch, the pitch to the outside, and Phillips does the rest with his legs.
Freshman linebacker Trayvon Pfeiffer there to knock him out of bounds, but he did get just enough. First down and 10, Pirates at the 46-yard line. Just underway, 11:54 to go opening frame. Sims in the shotgun, dropping back. Now bootlegging to his left. Looking for Thompson over here on the near side. That's not Thompson, pardon me. That's number 13 on the route. That's Harris Gilliam, the freshman. That's a tough throw to make. Rolling to your left for a right-handed quarterback. Yeah, 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, but that's one that Sims knows that he can make, and he's made it before. Unfortunately for him, though, just overshot Gilliam. The freshman out of Canyon Lake, Texas, has been very impressive, at least in week 1 so far.
I like seeing them take a shot, though.
Yeah.
I like that.
Especially for a defense that has given up so many yards already here in this 2025 season.
2nd down and 10 from the 46. 2 receivers coming in motion, and they're going to hand off up the middle. Phillips runs right into a pile. Flag comes in late. 1 on each side of the field. 3rd down and 10 coming up, but we'll check the flag. Maybe somebody got a hand up in the face. Like how I put that optimistic spin on that.
Yeah, it's right there in the box, so it's maybe hands in the face or...
More than likely a hold on Southwestern.
It's going to break my offensive lineman hard.
Illegal shift. On the
No,
offense,
illegal shift.
that would be declined. It's 3rd down.
I don't know about declining that there, Merle. I think you push Southwestern back a little bit more.
Yeah.
Just given the fact that, it's past the 10-yard marker, but this Southwestern offense is very explosive.
So it'll be 3rd and 13 after the penalty. They took the result of the play at the 43-yard line. Showing blitz and up the middle and picked up. But it is going to be a sack. Kind of a jailbreak there. I don't know who the first guy was that got in there. Phillips took the punishment and absorbed the hit to protect his quarterback for a minute, but there were just too many white shirts in the backfield.
Yeah, it was a great job by Phillips picking up that block. And actually, I think it was Tyson Williams.
Tyson
back
Williams,
there, Merle.
okay.
And that was going to be the linebacker for the Loggers coming in, number 46, Trayvon Pfeiffer. He came in on the blitz, the freshman did. He created enough havoc that allowed his teammates to get there. The Southwestern offensive line, they're young. They give up a sack here on the first drive. Not how you want to start if you're the offensive line coach, Coach Mask.
Lanham to punt it away. He's a punter as well. Beautiful punt. Just launches this thing, and it's over the head of the return man, but too much of a good thing. Bounces into the end zone, so Puget Sound will take over first down 10 to the 20-yard line. Expected a lot of offense. So far, the defenses have had the early advantage here.
Yeah, right now, both defenses doing really well. Southwestern's defense coming back out after only running 3 plays in the previous drive. But for Southwestern's offense, there were some shining moments there in that last drive. Obviously, that penalty hurt us a little bit. But I like what Trey was saying, taking a shot deep, getting people open. There were people open on that play. It's all about now just connecting with those open receivers.
Yeah, it's going to stretch that defense out for later.
And last possession, to your point earlier, they did keep everything in front of them. One of the reasons why they were able to make a play on the ball, the defensive backs.
The empty back set here for the quarterback. 2 receivers left, trips here to the near side. Dropping back, swing pass right side complete, and dropped again immediately. Man, oh man. Demir Martin has been very aggressive.
That was Cesar Navarro there making the stop on that quick curl route. But right now, these curl routes, they're doing what they need to do for the Loggers, getting positive yards. There's no negative plays right now for the Loggers. And now, 2nd and 6, that's a really nice-looking play coming up here now.
Dropping back again, looking pass over the center of the field, and overshot his target. Good coverage again downfield by Jameer Martin, trying to get it down the field on the slant route there to Joe Gallagher, but it falls incomplete. And again, a chance to get off the field on a 3rd down and 6.
And Teeter's going to look back at that film and wish he had thrown it to number 1, Khalil Robinson. He was right open over the middle of the field, no one around him, but nothing going for him so far.
3rd down and 6 coming up from the 24-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 to the near side.
I'd like to see them dial up some pressure here. Get in that backfield.
Teeter's got the empty back set again. 10:20 to go, opening quarter. Dropping back, pump fake, looking left. There was some pressure coming. Pass over to left side and off the mark. Tried to swing it out to Jake Elderdy, but it falls incomplete. Good coverage downfield for the Pirates.
I think that was another drop pass.
I think you're right.
I was going to say, if Elderly comes down with that one, that's a first down for the Loggers. If you're Teeter, you wish that your guy brings that in.
Instead, the punting unit back on. Second punt of the evening here for the Loggers.
But again, great coverage, creating pressure. Quarterback's got to make a great play.
Another beautiful punt, and fielded at the 42-yard line. Phillips to the 45, and looking for running room. Can't find much. Would maybe give him the 46-yard line, 2 or 3 yards, but still pretty good field position here for the Southwestern offense with 10:03 to go. Trying to get something going on offense here.
Yeah, Southwestern will take over right there at the 45-yard line. Another great example of running down the field, staying in your lane, and making a great play from the special teams unit of that punt team for the Loggers. But right now for the Pirates, continue to lean on that run game, get that young offense line into this game, and then to Trey's point earlier, let's take some shots down the field, get Creighton Thompson open in man-to-man coverage.
Yeah, I'd like to also see on that return, plant that foot north-south.
Yeah. So first down and 10 Southwestern from the 45 officially. Trips here to the near side, 1 wide right. Sims in the shotgun again. Takes a snap, handoff up the middle. And just not much running room. Helmet comes flying off. I think that was Phillips again on the carry, and they're just not, they keep pounding it up inside and just not finding much room.
Yeah, right now there's a great push from that defensive line for the Loggers. They're doing a really good job of attacking this Southwestern offensive line, really not allowing them to get anything going. And because of that, they're getting the running backs in the backfield.
So no gain, 2nd down and 10. 2 backs in the backfield now alongside Sims. 1 receiver wide right, 1 to the near side. Phillips goes in motion, straight ahead handoff, and a nice hole up the middle. Look out, 45-40, 35-30, foot race, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Pirates. Tyson Williams, and boy, you could see it, TJ, you could see all that motion just softened up the interior, and he was off to the races.
You're absolutely right on that, Merrill. A simple zone play right up the middle, blocked perfectly by the interior part of the offensive line. We talked all week about the speed of Tyson Williams. He led the team in rushing last week with 45 yards. You see the speed come out there, a 46-yard touchdown all the way to the crib, and the Pirates go up 6 early.
Boy, it's so funny. About 5 carries into the interior line, absolutely nothing. All of a sudden, that'll help out your running average.
Oh, 100%. Actually, a 56-yard run.
That's right. And the extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So, 9:28 to go in the first quarter. Pirates draw first blood. Kind of struck out of nowhere, and they lead at 7-0.
But those are the kind of plays that the Pirates need to kind of get everyone to say, take a deep breath.
Right.
We are in this game. We are the team that we think we are. It was just a matter of creating the opportunity for yourself, staying with your assignment, and right there, a perfect example. The line blocks the 4-man front perfectly, and Williams does the rest with his legs. Untouched. All the way to the end zone.
Yeah, they got to that second line, too. We're able to get to those linebackers and free them up. Those are the explosive plays we want, TJ.
And that was one thing that Coach Thomas talked about, the head coach of Puget Sound, limiting those big plays from the other team. And right there, Pirates taking advantage of some great opportunities for their own team.
Jump around.
What do you know about House of Pain, Trey?
Dalton over here jumping around. Our camera guy, thank you so much.
As long as he doesn't jump on the camera.
I'll have to pay for that one.
That's right. Kickoff coming again from Chase Lanham, the freshman kicker, and he's going to send this one back to the goal line, and they'll bring it out to the 25-yard line. Puts it down the O of Patriots in the left end zone. Of course, this field, the home of the Georgetown Eagles and Eastview Patriots. Eastview, one of our broadcast clients. They won last night against Belton, I believe it was. Nice win for the Patriots.
And for a lot of Pirate fans, this might be the last year that we will be broadcasting here at Brokelbach Field. So
every time I go meet Coach now, I keep looking at that field thinking, have they broken dirt yet? Have they broken dirt yet?
The plan is after the season, ground will be broken, and it should be done by week 1 of the 2026 season.
Might not have all the amenities, but as long as it's got 100 yards and some goalposts, we're good to go.
Kind of like Hoosiers, right?
Pretty much.
Just need the goalpost.
Handoff up the middle. Nice hold this time for the Loggers out to the 32-yard line. Their best looking play of the night.
Great job, guys, coming up and making a play on that. That looked like it could have gone for a little bit more.
And for a team that only had 12 rushing yards last week, using the draw play just to get a little bit closer to the sticks and try and get their first down of the game.
Second down, 7 coming up from the 32-yard line. Play action pass. Dropping back, pass over to the right side. Wide open over the middle of the field to the 50, to the 45, and breaks a tackle to the 45-yard line. Nice catch that time by Darius Bailey to flip the field.
It was only a matter of time before the sophomore Darius Bailey made his presence known, and right there, just a simple post route over the middle. You've been seeing these short routes from the Puget Sound offense, and right there, a fake on the short route and finding the post over the middle with Bailey.
Nick Fernandez in the backfield. First down and 10 from the Pirate 45-yard line. 2 receivers near side, 1 wide left. Play clock down to 10. Dropping back again. Pass to the right side, dumped off underneath, complete to the 45, and a good open field tackle flung to the carpet at the 42-yard line. Hauling it in was Dre Dukes. He probably was, check that, Isaac Tran. He probably wanted to give it back because he had DJ James right in his face.
Yeah, DJ James, the preseason All-American, showing why he is that right there. Following that drag route over the middle and making a great tackle.
Picked up 3, 3rd down and 7 from the Pirate 42.
And going to be a procedure penalty here
Good.
now on Puget Sound.
Take him any way we can get him. Hayden Teeter, the Cedar quarterback.
And that's exactly what Coach Thomas did not want. He talked last week about cleaning up the penalties from week 1 here in week 2. And right there, after a great first down play that got him some positive yardage, the procedure penalty brings him back 5.
Second down and 12 now from the Southwestern 47. Teeter in the shotgun, 2 receivers left side and a stick. He's looking left. Hit as he throws it. That ball is overshot. Good pressure coming in by number 0, Chooks Equimesi. And he forced that ball to be thrown before Teeter wanted to get rid of it.
That's a scary sight to see. Chooks coming in basically unblocked. He beat his man immediately off the ball and had a bead right on Teeter. For Teeter's sake, he got that one off, but there's a reason that one was overthrown. It's because Chooks was right up in his face.
I don't know if the camera picks it up or not, but he's got a belt on. There's this glowing gold like a WWF belt Dropping back, Teeter looking, pass, left side, deflected and intercepted. To the 30, to the 35, and out to the 38-yard line. Coming up with the pick was Gilbert Anderson, who got the hands on it first. Did you see?
I did not see, but it was a little tag team action. You talked about the WWF. There is a flag down, but using the tip there, and Anderson coming down with it. I do think it was DJ James out there that was right underneath it, not be able to come down with it. But we'll see what the flag is. Hopefully not roughing the passer.
Yeah, and it was tipped by the wide receiver.
Personal foul. Roughing the
Oh, that is the call. That's a tough break.
And that's on Chooks. He beat his guy again there on that left side. He's having his way right now with that left tackle, but unfortunately for him, came a little too late on Teeter, and Teeter avoids the interception. He had one last week and avoids one there.
Those are just the kind of penalties you just can't have.
Coach Kriesel disagreeing with the call, but refereeing is not a democracy. Trips wide left, one to the near side. The penalty bailing out the Loggers here. They've got it now at the Southwestern 32. Teeter, fade pattern, right side. That ball is caught into the end zone, touchdown. That ball was in the air a long time, and running underneath it was Darius Bailey.
And a great pitching catch there, a 32-yard touchdown pass for Teeter. It was man coverage there on the bottom side. You had your best look out there with DJ James. They were hand-checking the whole way, but you're right, that one was just floating up in the air. A perfectly thrown ball by Teeter, and they're looking to tie it here now, 7-6.
Yeah, just dropped it right into the breadbasket.
Thomas Goldman, the sophomore kicker. Good snap and hold, and it's blocked. Blocked up front, so the Pirates will preserve the lead. And they bring it out to the 6-yard line. It's a live football, but nothing doing there. But 7-6, that's a bit of a shred of silver lining, if you will. Those things can come back and haunt you. You're chasing that point all day long sometimes.
And for the Pirates, what's going to haunt them from that drive is that roughing the passer penalty. They had a turnover, an interception that had the momentum on their side. Their offense was hyped, ready to go back out. But because of the roughing the passer, that gives Puget Sound another opportunity, and we see they don't waste it. Teeter to Bailey all the way in the end zone. Not tied here, it's 7-6, but Pirates would definitely love to have a 0 on that scoreboard on the Puget Sound side.
You know, it's funny, you can watch it on film all day long, but until you see it in action, hopefully the Pirates now can make some adjustments here.
And that's something that we see up here in the box. Obviously, we see it, but there's a lot of coaches here to our right, too. Coach Brian Higgs on the offensive side and then Coach Kelly on the linebacker coach. They're both well-versed. They have a lot of experience. We were going to share the press box with them last week at McMurray, but because of you, because of Chuck, we decided, no, we're going to go outside here this time, be with the fans. I would have loved to hear from their perspective, though, what it does sound like in the coach's box.
I bet we would have learned some new words.
Oh, yeah.
They're not new to me, Merle.
Yeah, Michael running the camera actually was standing right up by those windows, and he's like, "Yeah, we don't want a microphone up here."
Lights are on. Clouds have rolled in. Sun is set. 7-6 ball game. 6:49 to go, and a line drive kickoff fielded at the 2. Up to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Nice seam up the near side. 35-40. One man to beat. 45 and out of bounds at the 40 across midfield. I think that was Graydon Thompson on the return.
It was Graydon Thompson. We talk all about his hands, his ability to catch the ball. He's very fast, Merle. He is a fast dude out there. Give him some open space, and we saw it there. We saw all last week when he was burning defenders, getting past them, but right there on the kickoff return, able to see him make a great 40-plus yard return and give his team great field position here on the Puget Sound 49.
Yeah, stepped across the midfield and out of bounds there at the Logger 49-yard line. So, again, great field position. See if the Pirates can capitalize. 6:40 to go in this first quarter. Trips wide right. Jackson Sims, the sophomore quarterback, in the shotgun. Got a running back in the pistol. Straight ahead hand. No play action. Over the middle. Oh, man, had him open. Had him open. Couldn't quite haul it in. Trying to get it downfield to Christian Murray, a freshman wide receiver.
Yeah, Murray, the freshman out of Houston, Texas, wide open over the middle of the field with the vert route, but Sims not able to find him. You see the play action, though, working really well. It brought the linebackers from the Loggers in, and it was open. Sims just needs to connect next time.
Second down and 10 from the Puget Sound 49-yard line. Showing pressure. Picked up. Now Sims in trouble. He's got to scramble, and he is going to go down. Going to be sacked back at the 50-yard line. Looks like number 61 involved on the play. That is Jonathan Lendon Sadler. Had a little bit of help, but it's going to be a loss of 2. 3rd down and 12.
And I think that was also the linebacker, number 0, Tyler Evers, on the blitz there. A good pickup by Phillips in the backfield, but Sims not able to get the ball out when he wanted to, so that gave enough time for Evers to make enough pressure. 2 blitzes that have resulted in 2 sacks for the Loggers here so far today.
So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. Ball back across the midfield stripe on the Pirates side of the 49. Showing pressure from the edge. Picked up nicely by Phillips again. Flushes Sims out of the pocket, rolling right. Fires over to the right side and incomplete. Had a receiver in the neighborhood. That was Blake Garcia coming across, but after the nice kickoff return, Pirates unable to do anything with it, and they have to punt it away again here with 5:48 to go in the opening quarter.
So right now, Puget Sound finding a lot of success putting pressure on the quarterback with a variety of blitzes. Looking at film this week, that's something the Pirates knew that Puget Sound had in their back pocket. Over 21 different blitz combinations they have. They're showing a lot here early, and it's proving fortuitous for them.
So on to punt it away again, Chase Lanham. He launched a beauty last time. Let's see if he can find the coffin corner this time. Hits it from about his own 40-yard line. Looks like a better punt, end-over-end kick. Lands at the 5 and bounces the wrong way.
Yeah, 2 great punts that have landed in the 10. Just haven't been able to get that backspin on it. He had 2 punts last week that landed within the 20. We know he has a great leg on him. We saw him set the school record for the longest field goal made, but right now with those punts, trailing into the end zone, not helping his team.
Email's open now that we settled in here. SUPiratesFB @gmail.com. Give a shout out to your favorite player on either side. Let us know where you're tuned in from on this Saturday evening. Week number 2 of the Southwestern Pirates season.
Our favorite fan won't be sending a message in. He's here in person, Merle. Bob Mask.
He's here in person. Awesome. Got to come up to the press box. I'd love to meet him.
Halftime interview.
There you go. Handoff left side and going to be stacked up at the 22-yard line. On the carry was Dre Dukes.
Yeah, Dukes right there just bouncing off his own lineman, trying to find the hole in this Southwestern D-line. Really haven't seen much pressure. Trey mentioned it earlier. He'd like to see more blitz coming from this Pirates defense. They're just letting their front four work right now, and so far it's worked, but you would like to see maybe a couple linebacker blitzes here and there.
Teeter back in the shotgun. Dropping back. Pressure coming from the edge. Hit as he throws it, and incomplete.
They haven't blown the whistle, Merle.
Oh, they haven't. They're going to call that a fumble. And it's going to be to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Let's check and see here. Good job by the Pirates by not stopping. DJ James takes into the end zone. I thought the arm was coming forward.
I thought it was too, but you never know. They don't blow the whistle. You got to play it. And a good job by DJ James picking that one up. That was number 0, Chooks again, beating his man on the outside and causing pressure in the backfield, messing with that pass. A big 3rd down play coming up.
Chance to get off the field here if you're the defense. 3rd and 8 from the 22-yard line. 5:01 to go first quarter. Peter in the backfield. He's got 3 receivers now to the near side. Low snap, gets it knee high, pass over the middle of the field, and caught. Up to the 30, just shy of the 30, out the 29-yard line. From here, it looks like they're going to give him 4 progress to the 30. I didn't think he ever crossed it. They gave him the first down.
That's a super generous, Texas-friendly spot right there, Merle. I don't even think he got close to the 30-yard line, but both refs on both sides giving it to him. It's always where the ball is, not where the body is. And he had the ball in his right hand, which was behind that 30-yard line. Not a good spot.
But the Loggers will have it. First down, 10 at their own 30-yard line. I thought for a second that was going to be intercepted.
Another simple crossing route over the middle, and with the zone coverage, that's the best way to beat it. It's either the curl route or the crossing route, and right there, you see it.
Handoff off right tackle, and a nice hole this time across the 35. Tripped up from behind at the 42-yard line. Saving an even bigger play was Jameer Martin, but that was a nice pickup for the Loggers.
Another good run for the Loggers, and they've already beaten their rushing total from last week against a very stout Pirate defensive line. It's going to be a change of cavalry for the Pirates defensive line. They're 8 deep, so you can have 2 deep, true 2 deep, and right there we're seeing a new line come in.
First down and 10 up to the 42. Teeter. Screen pass, right side, swings it out to the 40. Great open field tackle at the 41-yard line. That's going to be a loss of a yard. 9 hauling it in. The stop on the play was number 33 for Southwestern.
Yeah, great job shedding off his block and getting to the ball carrier.
Darrell Bay on the stop. Pretty good lick there put on Zane Bach, who's listed as a quarterback.
That's why I never played football, gentlemen.
I was going to ask you on that. I was going to ask you, Merle, if it was number 9 or number 8.
Maybe it was 8. That makes
both
more
are
sense.
listed as quarterbacks, though, Merle. So
Swing pass left side complete and knocked out at the 49-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 3.
And Puget Sound's going to go quickly. They're going to the line right now. They want to get something going, maybe to get the Pirates to jump.
Big play here, 3rd and 3 from their own 49-yard line. I thought they moved, and there's a whistle. There's a
Yeah,
flag.
he definitely moved.
So they went a little bit too quickly. I saw the movement. I didn't see the flag at first.
And that's a flag that you cannot have in a situation like that. You have a great play, get you close to the sticks. Now a false start's going to move you 5 yards back,
Right.
and you're in a spot now that's a lot more difficult to convert from.
And it gives your defense a chance to kind of regroup and settle into the situation.
And you see Coach Carr there getting the call down at the bottom of your screen to this D.
So 3rd down and 8 now from the 44-yard line. Dropping back, looking. Pass over to the right side. That ball is incomplete, well off the mark. Good coverage by the Pirates. He just kind of had to get rid of it there. And the Southwestern defense, once again, bends but doesn't break.
Yeah, very well covered by the Pirates. Teeter was going through his progressions, going through all the open routes, and there really was no one open for him. He tried to make that throw, put it to where only his receiver could get it, but a little too high, and now Pirates once again forced the punt.
I think getting 4 guys in there and getting some fresh legs actually kind of changed the dynamics of that possession for them.
Devin Phillips back to receive the punt. That's a good point. It's a short punt this time. It's going to land. Phillips will pick it up on the high bounce at the 21. Makes the first man miss. 25, look out. 30 to the 35. Cuts it back up to the 40. He's still on his feet and rumbles out of bounds at about the 45, maybe the 49-yard line. Another good return.
The former Rockport Pirate, Devin Phillips, he's shifty, Merle. We know what he can do in the backfield for the Pirates. But right there, to your point earlier, Trey, puts his foot in the ground, moves north and south, and then shows a little east and west combination, too. He's got all marks of the compass loaded, and he gets a great return, puts it right around the 50-yard line for the Pirates.
They've been there all day. They just haven't been able to move the ball very much except for that one breakthrough running play.
I love that compass. That was awesome. Yeah, no, great job by him making that first guy miss. That's the key to good punt returns.
And a hard snap count. Everybody pointing at everybody.
Yeah,
Who had their hands in the cookie jar.
It's always pointed at the other person.
Yeah.
And they're actually talking about this pretty deeply.
Yeah.
They're going to call offside.
That's what I would have thought.
And for the Pirates, you wish that, hey, why didn't you let us run that play? We could have threw a deep right to Graydon Thompson for the free play. But they'll take the 5 yards here and go back to the 45-yard line now.
So 1st and 5 from the 45. Give a shout out, say hello to my mom tuned in from the great state of Illinois. Now it's Pirate football. Mom's tuned in. Trips wide right.
I got to tell my mom to tune in.
She needs to. Everybody does.
She probably is. Who knows?
Running left side. This is a Wildcat, I think. This is number 7 on the carry down to the 40-yard line. First time we've seen that formation. That's Jacob Smith, listed as a quarterback, but might be more of a running style quarterback.
Well, he was on the sidelines while the defense was out there throwing the ball, getting prepped to get out there.
And he comes out here, Sims going back in, but Smith, he's someone that we're really excited about here at Southwestern. The TLU transfer actually is coming from that rival.
Wow.
He does a really good job. He was fighting for that starting spot all year long. Sims came over top of it, but expect to see a lot of him here the rest of the season.
Picked up the first down. So first down Pirates at the Logger 40. Handoff up the middle, off left tackle, and now going to push it forward to about the 35-yard line. Good push by the line and good hard running. Who was that on the carry? That is Tyson Williams. Picked up 5 yards, 2nd down and 5.
And another good example there of Williams just following his blocks and letting the play develop, moving to the left side. And once everyone got it, he found the hole and shot right through it and got a great gain on the first down play.
Got an email from Thomas Gillum. Says, shout out to Coach Nate Gillum from his kid in Boise, Idaho.
I think he messaged last week too, right, Merle?
I think he did. 2nd down and 5 from the 35-yard line.
Only reason I thought about potatoes last week.
Sims dropping back. Screen pass. Dumped off nicely to Williams. To the 30. 25, 20, 15, 10. One man to beat. And down to about the 2-yard line. The official tripped over the cameraman and a flag comes in. What is that going to be?
You can't call sideline interference on that, you don't think, right?
He's not a Southwestern guy.
Hopefully that's not the case. I mean, Hopefully what they're going to call is maybe an after the play unsportsmanlike. But we'll see. That was a great play design, a screen out of the play action. Graydon Thompson, he won't get a stat for it, but he had a great pancake block that really sprung Williams open. But I hope this one stands and will be at the 2-yard line. We'll see what the refs are talking about.
I think the ref was just mad.
I think you're right.
That he ran into somebody.
The camera guy's gone. He left. He's so far away
He's
now.
like, not it.
And look, yeah, they're pointing towards that area.
Well, just
But
give
the
him a
team-
warning then. Just
Right.
a warning. Don't.
Yeah, the teams are still not. Well,
Yeah,
they're backing it up.
Coach Griesel has his hands up.
Unbelievable.
He's asking, what are you talking? Wow.
Hit the cameraman on the southwest sideline. It's a 15-yard penalty.
And look, cameraman handed his head. Oh, he knows he messed up.
Wow.
Tell you what, if I was a cameraman for the other team, I'd be heading over here.
That's exactly right. I have never seen that call before.
And the Southwestern crowd, they're letting the refs hear it. That's a call that I understand if the players are in the way, the coaches are in the way, even the water boys in the way. If they're on the side, you see the white lines that keep people in. But a cameraman has the sideline pass. He can be wherever. How did the ref hit him so far deep into out-of-bounds territory?
So they give him the first down, but the ball spotted back at the 17 instead of the 2. That's horrible. Dropping back. Sims, pass, left side complete. Thompson to the 10, breaking a tackle, lunges down to the 8-yard line. Well, maybe that'll make the Pirates a little bit mad.
Yeah, they got to play a little angry after that one. Another positive out of that is that the sticks do come back out, so the Pirates can get a fresh set of downs if you look up to the top. So not the end of the world, but definitely just a weird combination of events there.
Never seen that before.
You never know what you're going to see on Vype, Merrill.
Just another obstacle to overcome. Adapt, adjust, move forward.
We'll hear from Chuck at the corner. I want to get his thoughts on that. 2nd down and 2 from the 9-yard line. Straight ahead handoff. Phillips cuts it back up to the 5. It'll be 1st and goal from about the 4. And because that was a nice play up the center, and you're an offensive lineman, TJ, Jordan Clinton writes in and says, favorite player is a center, Tristan Clinton. This is his oldest brother, Jordan, tuning in from Dyersburg, Tennessee. Go Pirates.
Got a funny story about Tristan. So first day of camp, I was going out there just talking to the players, talking to the coaches. He shows up to breakfast that day. Usually everyone is, especially as a freshman, you're wearing Southwestern gear.
Right.
He's wearing a cutoff hoodie that says Big Sexy on it. So if that tells you anything about Tristan, he's a very good confident guy, and obviously he's playing really well at the center position.
Well, timeout. This is interesting. Timeout taken by the Loggers with 11 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Pirates knocking on the door, 1st down and goal at the 4. Well, let's go to you now, Chuck. You were right there. What did you see? What did you hear on the discussion?
Well, it was just they got tangled up. I didn't actually hear any of the discussion. Coach Griesel obviously upset. As you said, I've never seen anything like this. I've been close to the sideline a couple of times and almost became injured as a result. But I've never been entangled with the referee on the sideline. I guarantee you I will not be close to the sideline the remainder of this game.
Chuck, the ref can't miss you in that yellow shirt. Like, there's no way they would miss you.
I just don't want Coach Griesel not missing me.
Yeah, we would miss you on the sideline at that point.
Exactly.
Well, you just need to head over to the other side and get run over.
There you go. Take one for the team, Chuck.
I might do that.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line for the Pirates. Final 11 seconds here. Sims in the shotgun. And handoff, left side, cutting it back up, diving towards the goal line. Did he break the plane? No signal yet. It's going to be 2nd down and goal. That was Devin Baylor, his first carry of the ball game. And the scoreboard is going to reach 0. The Pirates are going to be knocking on the door when we come back. 2nd down and goal from about the 6-inch line.
The runner was down at the 1-yard line.
Everybody's least favorite voice chiming in to let everybody know that he was down at the 1-yard line.
He just wants to feel heard.
That's right. All right, Chuck. So got your perspective there on the play call and the cameraman being run over. What's your mood like down the sideline after maybe a tougher than expected first quarter?
Yeah, I think both teams are kind of filling each other out over that first quarter. Both defenses playing pretty well. Other than a couple of big plays absent this last drive, both offenses really haven't done a whole lot. You got to credit the defenses, but I think you're going to see Southwestern open it up here in the second quarter. This drive here, if it results in a touchdown, that's going to give them a jolt of confidence down here on the sideline.
Yeah,
the team
totally
that
agree.
they know they are.
Totally agree. Let's hope you're right.
And we'll see if Coach Mask and the rest of his offensive staff wants to keep Devin Baylor out there. They call him Deuce. He's the bruising running back we were talking about last week. His first action wasn't on that last play. It's all about ball security, especially as we get closer to this goal line. They used to always say, don't stretch out when you get there. We get stretching out and everything, but ball security is the most important thing.
I would say about that first quarter, some big penalties.
Yes.
Big penalties, both sides, just ruining some good drives.
Well, let's see if Southwestern can punch us in here on the first play of quarter number 2. Second down and goal from about the 1. Staying in the backfield is Baylor. Lined up behind Sims. High snap, handoff, up the middle, and boy, I don't think he got there. No gain in the play. Nice stand by the Logger defense, sets up a third down.
Yeah, right now, the Loggers just packing the box in there. They have 5 men up front. We call that a rhino front, and then they're bringing the 2 linebackers down, covering every single gap. It's mano-a-mano, big on big. And in this situation here, it's who wants it more. This is real football right here. This is the moment where we recruit those big offensive linemen. We get these big bruising running backs like Devin Baylor. Got to win 1 yard to get 6.
This is also the kind of place that you're in where I'd kind of like to see maybe a fake handoff, toss it out to a tight end.
It's going to be a timeout.
Taken by whom? Well, timeout taken, but I didn't see who. Oh, Pirates called the timeout. So first timeout for Southwestern. And we saw Puget Sound would take one in the first quarter. 7-6 Pirates knocking on the door. But that last yard could be the hardest one to get.
I was going to say, Merle, sometimes it's that 1 yard that can be the hardest one to get across, especially because from a defense perspective, you're expecting the run, you're expecting it right up the middle, so you have to perform perfectly, essentially, if you're an offensive lineman. And then as a running back, you just got to keep your legs turning and hope you get across that goal line.
Well, I've always wanted to ask an offensive lineman a question. When you get down there, do you really want 4 runs? Like, does it juice the team up? Because you see that in college. Sark will do that. He'll have 4 runs and then get stuffed by Ohio State, right? As opposed to running some kind of trickeration.
From an offensive lineman's perspective, it's that first play. You want to only have really 1 run.
Right.
You want to get in on that one. And then if you don't, you would like to see the playbook open up a little bit. But it's about that swagger. It's about that chip on your shoulder. You want to put it in with a run.
So third down and 1 coming up here. Running to his left is Sims. He's going to knife it up into the end zone. He takes it himself. Jackson Sims, a rushing touchdown from 1 yard out. Wasn't easy, but the Pirates have opened up a 14-6 lead.
The middle wasn't open, but the outside was right there. Just a simple sweep to the outside. It was actually an option play, too. Sims had the ability to pitch it out if he needed to, but with everyone moving out toward their left side on the sweep, a lot of holes open up, and Sims found it. Touchdown, Pirates.
So 13-6 with the extra point coming up here from the freshman kicker, Chase Lanham. Taking over for Charlie Fournier. I had to get my Vandergrift reference in there somehow.
I wonder how you're going to do it next season.
Good snap and hold. Kick is up and kicks it halfway to the baseball field. 14:38 to go in the first half. Pirates with an 8-point edge now. And let's see if the defense can come up with some stops and come up with some answers. I don't know about you, but I don't like one-possession games.
No, I really don't, Merle, especially in these kind of situations where it's games that the Pirates should be dominating in a little bit more of a more dominant fashion, obviously. For the Pirates, I mean, they know what they need to do to win this game and come out on top. And for Puget Sound, they're doing a really good job of executing on their own side, so kudos to them. But from the Pirates' perspective, you would like to see a little bit more points on the board, a little more energy. Chuck had talked about there maybe being a lack of energy on the sideline at the beginning of the game. Right now, Pirates are up, but you would like to see a little bit more juice on their end.
Got an email from Danielle and Justin White at supirates.fb@gmail.com. So shout out to my nephew, freshman linebacker number 51, Josiah Alvarez, cheering all the way from Amarillo, Texas. Go Pirates. Thank you for the email. The kickoff from the 35-yard line. And returnable to the 4, to the 5, to the 10. Up to the 15, 20. Nice seam up the right side and runs out of room at about the 33-yard line. Pretty good return there by Isaac Tran.
Number 15, Dre Dukes on the return.
Yeah, I think it was number 15, Dre
15.
Dukes.
Those numbers are hard for me to read.
Yeah,
They're just a little skinny and small.
There's no outline on them. I mean, if we were uniform designers, obviously, I think from our perspective, what we know, we'd make sure the numbers can be read perfectly. You mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast, these Pirate uniforms, they don't just look great, but we can also see them very well, the numbers, so that's awesome.
So 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. First down and 10 for the Loggers at their own 35-yard line. Teeter in the shotgun. Quick drop, looking, pass over to the right side, and caught over the middle of the 50 at the 45, down to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, good patience there, waiting for his wide receiver to come open into that slot that we talked about with the zone.
Talk about delivering a perfect pass to number 88, Dylan Whitfield. 4 Pirates all around him, and a perfect strike from Teeter moves the ball on the Pirate side of the field.
You're a Pirate fan. You have to be a little nervous about that zone coverage, the way that McMurray exploited it last week.
And now for a passing team like Puget Sound, they're having their way a little bit.
Swung out here to the near side, to the 35, up the sideline to the 30, and shoved out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Another nice pickup.
Boy, he got that edge quick.
He did.
Yeah, he was in motion right there, number 5. Joe Gallagher, and he was wide open, and there was only 2 guys on that Pirate side. There was 2 wide receivers blocking. You do the math there, Merle.
That's
3
right.
and 2. There's going to be someone open, and right there, Gallagher was, and he made the most of it.
Jamar Martin shoving him out of bounds, but not before a nice pickup. First down 10 at the Southwestern 23.
Big chunk plays right now, 2 in a row, that have really helped the Logger offense so far here in this first drive of the second quarter.
A good time for a turnover. Pirates had 1 taken away from them. Teeter dropping back. Fade pattern, left side, and caught. No, separated at the last second. Boy, that was close. But coming in at the last second, J.P. Reyes introducing himself to the wide receiver. That was a touchdown for a split second.
Yeah, Reyes, we've been waiting on him. He led the team with 10 tackles last week, had 6 solo ones, has been really quiet here in this week 2 matchup, but right there doing a great job having a beat on the ball. The receiver was wide open, Mark. He was right there in the end zone ready for the touchdown, but JP comes in, lays the wood, and no Logger touchdown. He cuts it in half.
Second down and 10 from the 23.
I feel like Teeter just is too comfortable back there.
Yeah.
I like this. 5 guys, 6 guys on the line.
2 receivers to the right, dropping back again, looking pass over to the right side. That ball is overshot. On the coverage for Southwestern, Cam Roberson. And sets up a big third down. They're probably in 4-down territory here. It'd be a 40-yard field goal.
Now, I would think it depends on how much they get here, if they get any yardage.
That's true.
Would like to see another blitz play. You saw the man coverage on the last one really gave Teeter a lot of issues. He's had a lot of issues connecting when it is man coverage, overshooting the quarterback quite a bit. So we'll see here if the Pirates elect to bring pressure.
3rd and 10 from the Pirate 23. Dropping back, looking over the middle of the field. Pass thrown off the mark. Trying to get it downfield to Joe Gallagher. And good coverage again. 4th down coming up.
And Caleb Harmon giving pressure on the outside. Harmon, he's a sophomore, but he plays like a senior. He's doing a really good job here. We saw him all his freshman year, having what he can do as a player. Right there brings pressure, man coverage from the Pirates. And again, an overthrow from Teeter brings up the 4th down coming up.
I was going to say, he played like a senior last year as a freshman.
No kidding. He's someone the Pirates that love.
Big 4th down coming up here. They're going for it. 4th and 10 from the 23. Teeter in the shotgun again, looking left. That ball is caught down to the 6-yard line. A perfectly thrown football. Man, the Pirates had it defended. Gilbert Anderson was right there. But great hands by the receiver to haul that one in.
Anderson just behind the receiver, just right behind him in coverage, tried to jump the ball, not able to do so. Great hands from the Logger receiver there to bring that one in and hold on to it with Reyes bringing the wood. First down Loggers.
Isaac Tran hauling that one in. So 1st and goal for Puget Sound.
Perfect pass from Teeter.
It was right in the money. And fumble, ball's out. Pirates are saying that they've got it. No word yet from the officials.
There is a flag on the play.
There's a flag. Hold everything.
I'm thinking of holding, though, Merle, just from where the flag was and what looked like a lot of pressure coming from Southwestern.
Holding is the call.
Way to manifest that, TJ.
Offensive line can have voodoo. And for a team that doesn't normally run the ball, Merle, losing the ball there, putting it on the turf, and the Pirates getting a gift here within their own 5-yard line. They'll take possession over at the 4. You mentioned him, Earl. Get some more turnovers. It was a great time to get one there for the Pirates.
I'd like to say that I called that one. Now, I thought I caught a glimpse of 31, which would be Jude Balderas, but I don't want to swear to that one, falling on that football.
Actually, that may be right. They called him Baldy, so I think you might be right on that one, Merle.
So a big break there. Bend but don't break. Pirates take over at their own 3-yard line. Now the Southwestern's got to take care of the football here. And straight ahead handoff, and just not much running. And maybe out to the 4, maybe the 5 for a couple yards on the play. Second down coming up.
That was a great job of filling the hole there. That was number 7, the linebacker, Peyton Damashwicks. Just he waited, he read his keys. Once he saw the B gap open, he filled it and made the tackle.
They gave him a yard, so second down and 9 from just across the 5-yard line. 12:05 to go second quarter. Pirates clinging to an 8-point lead with the football back. Dropping back, Sims from his own end zone. Firing over here to the near side. Got Thompson. Ball caught at the 42. Breaks free to the 50. Drug down from behind at the 44-yard line. Talk about flipping the field. Sims had to throw that ball off of his back foot, guys, so Thompson had to wait forever. Great concentration.
What a throw by Sims, and what an even better job by Thompson maneuvering his body, coming back to get that one. He beat his man off the ball and had him beat downfield right there. Thompson does a great job of going out and getting that one. A huge pitch and catch for the Pirates. Gets them deep into Lager territory now.
Yeah, kind of boxed them out like in basketball to get the football.
That's exactly right. So first down, Southwestern at the Puget Sound 44. One receiver left, one to the near side. Back split to either side of Sims. Phillips goes in motion. Play action, looking left, fade pattern, far side. That ball is incomplete. Line of hand check, and there's a flag. I like how the official was closest to us waited till the guy across the field threw the flag.
He's like, should I? And okay, yeah, you did. I will too.
That's right.
Didn't want to be wrong on that one, but another great example of Graydon Thompson beating his man off the coverage. And when you do that, corners, for a lot of what they're worth, they like to hand check. They like to try and get back any way they can. That time there, a little too much hand checking. That's pass interference.
So that'll push us down to what, about the 21-yard line, I think?
Yeah, about a 15-yard penalty. Yep, about the 21.
After the penalty, it'll be first and 10 Pirates from the Pirate.
That's one of the things about high school and college, that it's not a spot foul. If you're going to get beat, might as well have some interference.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it was the NFL, it'd be right there around the 10.
So first down at the 29-yard line. My math feels scaling me there. Straight ahead handoff up the middle. Nice hole, 35, bounces back. Now cuts back 20 and down to about the 16-yard line. Good patient running by Tyson Williams, who's already got one score today.
Tyson Williams on the carry.
Great job coming off his block there, reading that block, coming on the inside of it.
And it was a power play, a power play with the wide receiver Jacob Washburn in the backfield, pulling around to that linebacker. Had a great pancake block, and to your point, Trey, Williams followed him perfectly and got a great first down run.
Pirates on the move. First down at the Puget Sound 13. One receiver left. Loggers clogging the line, and it's going to be an end around left side. Looking for running and trying to get the corner turn. Nice stiff arm, dives inside the 15 and lunges out of bounds at the 11 or 12, depending on the spot. But again, good patient running there by Williams.
And they're going to get more yards out of that one, Merle. After the play, the wide receiver for Southwestern pancaked the corner from Puget Sound, and I want to say I saw a white glove go to the helmet of a Southwestern player. Pirates likely going to get more yardage out of this one.
After the play. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 19.
Boy, you called it, TJ. I didn't even see the flag come in.
Take it from me, Merle. I'm a big brother. I know all about getting someone to hit you after your mom is already a little bit alerted.
So first and goal, Pirates at the 6.
It'll be first and goal Pirates from the Lager 6-yard line.
Try to get a 2-possession lead here. Williams in the pistol. They're going to give it to him right up the middle. Now it goes off the right side. The push from the line, not quite. It's going to bring up second down and 1. Or second to go from the 1, I should say.
Right now, Pirates looking to maybe move quickly here, get a quick run play called in, and try and catch his Lager defense off guard with the ball at the 1.
But we got to tie a shoe.
That's highly unfortunate.
Sims in the shotgun.
I like spreading them out, though. Even if you're going to go up the middle, I like spreading them out.
Yep. Williams stays about 2 steps behind Sims. Going to get it again. This time into the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates. Starting to feel, guys, like the Pirates are taking control of this football game just a little bit.
2 for 2. Williams, another touchdown for number 2. He's doing great here. The transfer out of McMurray. He's doing a really great job. West Texas A&M has done a great job all year so far for the Pirates. Gets another one there. And talk about your defense setting your offense up. A 96-yard drive to put that one in the end zone for the Pirates.
That's a great point because that drive started on the 4-yard line after Southwestern recovered.
Yeah, the
fumble.
big reception, getting them out, getting them over to the other side of the field, give them something to be able to work with.
And then the logger penalties really helping the Pirates, and the Pirates taking advantage of it. Coach Thomas, something else he said, limit the penalties that hurt us. And right there, the Pirates leveraging a pass interference call and then the unnecessary roughness after the first down play. And they'll take that any day of the week.
Chase Lanham drills the extra point. 9:34 to go first half. Pirates up now 21-6. And now we turn it back over to the defense and just kind of hang on for dear life.
Yeah, I'd like to hear from Chuck to see if the energy on the sideline has changed any.
I want to see Chuck do the twist.
You won't see that. I have a fusion in my back, so I don't have much mobility, but the energy is definitely up. Both sides of the ball. I think the offense came off field pretty excited here.
Well, hopefully they can keep it up in this final 9 minutes and 34 seconds, maybe build up a bit of a bigger lead.
One thing I will say, Merle, we were talking about twist and the music and everything. Something that the coaches really wanted, they advocated for in the offseason was creating more of a college environment here at Birkelbach, having music, having the band playing, having the cheerleaders doing everything, having all the tailgating we saw before the game.
Right.
They wanted to create more of a college environment here, and right now for the Pirates, it's exactly that.
And the kickoff coming. This one's going to be returnable at the 4, up to the 5, 2 to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. And good coverage downfield up to about the 21-yard line before 5 or 6 Pirates get in there. Number 24 is first contact. And I don't have a 24 on the Pirates roster.
Yeah, that was the best coverage so far of the night by the Pirate group.
It's Stephen Fuqua out of Austin, Texas, the sophomore, Merle.
Oh, you got an updated roster. I got an old one.
Merle, I got these from you.
I did? Well, so I gave you the good stuff is what you're saying.
You know, they've been relying earlier on just using those 4 guys up front. Last time, bringing 6, 5, trying to change things up a little bit.
And off right side, trying to get the corner turn, cutting it back up, and tripped from behind, knocked down at the 21-yard line. On that note about the roster, there's a shout-out to the new SID here at Southwestern, Peyton Stegeman. He brought in some new rosters. That's why you got the new one. I gave it to you, and I'm still using the crappy one I printed out from home yesterday.
He also brought cookies.
He did, yeah.
I mean, hey, if you want to win my heart, that's it.
I was going to say, try to get on the good side. 2nd down and 8. Teeter swings it out left side on the edge and steps up at the 25, up to the 30. Lands awkward. I hope he gets, good to see him get up. He landed kind of awkwardly. That's going to be enough for a logger first down.
And that was Tran again on the outside with that swing pass. The junior had 9 catches for 94 yards last week in their Week 1 loss to Lewis and Clark. He's had a few catches here today. It's been relatively quiet, but maybe we'll see here. Teeter try and go to him a little bit more.
Yeah, the key to that on defense is those defensive backs reacting to it quicker, trying to get past that block.
So first down and 10 from the logger 31. Slant pattern over the middle is Tran again. Dropped immediately at the 33, 34-yard line. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. Number 34 on the stop for Southwestern, Caleb Harmon.
And another example there, getting what you get and taking what you can get. A simple slant route over the middle, and the Loggers will take that first down play any day of the week.
It's almost like a long run, long handoff.
Exactly.
2nd down and 7, 2 receivers right to the near side. Pressure coming, and flushed out to the left side. Now just trying to add lib. He's going to step out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. Boy, coming in into the space in a hurry was Gilbert Anderson. Looked like he hurdled the blocker. 34?
It was 34, Caleb Harmon coming right there. Yeah, Harmon coming from the outside. Anderson was out on the back end covering.
Okay.
That looked like me trying to get to the cookie tray.
But no, Harmon, only reason I really knew that, too, was how high Harmon jumped on that one, Merle. Super athletic man he is, and flushed the quarterback out of the pocket.
So 3rd down and 9. Trips wide right. Dropping back, looking. Rolling to his right now, looking downfield, buying some time, steps across the line, and fires over the middle and incomplete. Do it into double coverage. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
Teeter had a lot of open space there. He thought maybe he was going to tuck it in and run, but a swarm from the Pirates in the secondary said, okay, no, I'm going to throw it. Not able to connect with his wide receiver, number 1, Khalil Robinson, and the punting unit comes on.
I think Khalil probably heard some footsteps around him there, too.
2 Pirates around him, too. They're swarming.
Did a pretty good job just staying behind the line of scrimmage. I thought he was going to drift over it there for a second.
Yeah.
Halfway through the second quarter, Southwestern figures to get the football back in decent field position again. Low snap, plucked off the carpet, and a beautiful booming punt. And that's going to send Phillips back to retrieve it. He's just going to let it bounce, and it's going to roll around and land at about the 16-yard line. We've seen some pretty darn good punts on both sides of the field here today.
Yeah, that's something that you don't ever really want to say.
Right.
You don't ever want to say, oh, man, my punter, he's playing really well here today. But for both teams, no, they are playing well. They're shifting the field position, something that the Pirates didn't really – they won the field position battle last week, and that's why you talked about it at the beginning, had less offensive yards than what we thought. But for the most part, yes, both punters playing very well.
I'm not going to say which coach or which school it is, but this is several years ago in high school. And very much an offensive firepower team was having a bad year, but their punter, high school team, got named all-district. And they congratulated the coach, and he said, I don't ever want to have another blankety-blank punter named first-team all-district again.
Well, it was like a few years ago for the Pirates. Wasn't Charlie Fournier a first-team punter, and he was maybe the only first-team player that we had at the time? Those days are gone.
Toss sweep left side, trying to get the corner turn. Phillips, and he's going to be drugged down from behind, losing a couple yards back to the 14-yard line. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12.
A pitch to the left that the Lager defense was ready for. They just had great motion flowing over the top of the blockers for Southwestern, and they made the play in the backfield. That's something we really haven't seen from the Pirates so far this year, a first down play with negative yards.
Right.
That's something they really wanted to avoid coming in offensively, but right here on this drive, not able to do so.
So 2nd down and 12 back at the 14-yard line. Got to hang on to it here to take care of the football. You got a 2-score lead, and you've got the momentum on your side. Receiver coming in motion. Big the shuttle pass underneath. Straight ahead handoff to Phillips. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that is about it. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, they're not going to even give him that much.
No, nothing.
No, they're not, actually. You're right.
And the Pirates there trying to use a little bit of misdirection, trying to take back from their old slot T days and really just kind of confuse this Lager defense. But unfortunately right there, the Loggers staying in their assignment, staying in their gap, and making a great play at the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd and 12 for back at the 14-yard line.
It really is a simple game, TJ. Whoever wins the line of scrimmage.
One receiver left, 2 to the near side. Sims. Setting up a screen pass. Nice job to Phillips to the 15, up to the 20. And can't quite get the first down marker. Going to depend on the spot, but I think he's going to be a yard or 2 shy. But that was a well-executed screen pass. That got him pretty close.
Yeah, it did. And you may flirt with the idea of going for it here in this type of situation, but no, punting unit is going to come on. We saw that play-action screen earlier in this game, got a lot of yardage out of that one, but right there, not able to get enough for the first down. It was executed well on the defensive side as well. They snipped that out early.
If it's 4th and 1, maybe. 4th and 2, that's a little dicier on this side of the field.
And you know your defense is playing well, but you want to keep that momentum on their side. You don't want to pin them here deep in their own territory.
Plus, you also got a freshman punter that's launching punts into the stratosphere. So let's see what Lanham does here.
Oh, my.
And there's another one. Holy cow.
Oh, my goodness.
That thing is going to land at the 15.
Get
they
there,
get
boys.
To it to the 5? And they're going to down it at the 2-yard line. How about that? I'm not a math major, but that, folks, is an 83-yard punt.
Great job by our
73-yard punt. 73, pardon me.
Great job by our guy. He went into the end zone. He had to come out and reestablish himself before he could actually touch the ball.
Yep.
And he had a player trying to keep him from being able to do that.
Yep. And it's not where your body is in college. It's just where you touch it. And so where the ball is down. So right there, like to your point, Trey, great job getting back in. It doesn't matter if you come out. What a punt. It's there at the 1-yard line, Merle. You talked about it, the leg he has. I don't remember who Charlie Fournier is, Merle.
Well, last night, I was in this situation, and McNeil actually threw a 99.5-yard touchdown
Stop it,
pass. So
Trey.
let's hope that
Stop.
doesn't happen
You
here.
wash your mouth out with soap.
I just wanted to get that in there. My McNeil Mavericks.
First down at the 1. And he's going to throw out of the end zone. Pass over to the right side, and it is. Did he hang on to it, the 24?
He did not.
No. Second down and 10. Took a shot. Pretty good throw there. Gutsy call out of the end zone, and Teeter put it pretty darn close to being on the mark. But good coverage. Pirate defense not going to sleep.
Yeah, you got to really trust your offensive line and your quarterback there in a situation like that to want to throw. But right there, number 1, Cameron Willis-Roberson making his presence felt, delivering a massive hit on the wide receiver, juggling that ball loose. Now a second down play coming up.
I was scared there for a second that I had jinxed us.
I know. Second down and 10 from the 1.
TJ, you want me to ask Charlie Fournier?
Do not ask Coach Fournier. Do not, please.
Teeter dropping back again in his own end zone. Fade pattern over to the right side. He's got a receiver open and dropped it. Boy, he put it right on the money. Great throw. Going to bring up a third down. The Pirates got over there quickly and broke that thing up.
Yeah, these receivers, they're beating man coverage at the line of scrimmage, and Teeter's finding them open downfield. But the safety, Cam Willis-Roberson, is doing a great job of helping his team from over the top. He's saying, hey, if you get beat, you know I'm here. Kind of like an Ed Reed back in the day, able to help his team in coverage and then deliver the hit when need be.
It's so critical to be able to play good man-to-man, to have that safety back there.
And now it's critical just to get some yards, so if you don't get the first, you at least have a little bit of room to work from the punting situation.
Third down and 10 from the 1. Dropping back. Pass over the middle to the 6, and that is going to be about it. Maybe a 7 or 8. Good second effort to get a couple of extra yards and give the punter a little breathing room. But the Pirate defense does the job. And 4:35 to go. It's going to be fourth down, and once again, Southwestern should get the ball in great field position.
Down by 31 and Jude Valderas.
If you're Devin Phillips here, you want to line up right around the 50. You know the last punt went over your head, so you want to give yourself enough room to work with, come up on the ball. It's like an outfielder in baseball. They teach you to have that first step back, but once you see it in front of you, that's when you put the foot in the ground and go forward. And so right now, that's how Devin Phillips, the former baseball player for the Pirates, needs to think of.
Short punt, high, angles over to the sideline, and it's going to bounce and get out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. We'll see where they officially mark it here. But Southwestern has had great. This is the same thing we saw last week. Pirates have had great position now for a game and a half.
And now it's all about taking advantage of it.
That's
we
right.
saw last week some opportunities with the Pirates that were missed. They had great field position, but just weren't able to get anything going. Right now, with 4 minutes and 4 seconds left, expect the Pirates to lean on that running game, and then they open up the passing game later on. We may even see here, with the Pirates lining up at the 43-yard line, maybe a deep shot on that first down play.
I'm okay with that.
I think the run game has established being able to do that kind of play-action pass.
Do you have man coverage topside? It does look like maybe Graydon Thompson.
The first down from the Puget Sound 43-yard line. Pirates moving from left to right, 4:04, and the 2-minute timeout to work with. Thompson goes in motion. And no play-action pass. Sims, and I think caught underneath here at the 30-yard line. Nice job coming back to the football. The wide receiver, Harris Gilliam.
No, they said it's incomplete, Merle. They
They're
said
going to
it
say
hit the
complete.
turf.
So the guy that was 5 yards away from it says complete. The guy that was 20 yards away from it says incomplete.
Make it make sense.
We've seen some odd ones today.
See, I see Chuck. He's right there.
It bounced.
It bounced,
but
okay.
It bounced off his forearm, not the ground. It should have been a catch.
So if he has control, just like in any other football game, he has control and it still hits the ground. That's still a catch.
Second down and 10 from the 43. One receiver left, 2 to the near side. Play action again. Same pass, right side. Caught over the middle, this time down to the 13-yard line. Well, I got to like that. Harris Gilliam says, that's okay. Just throw it to me again deeper this time.
Another example, play action pass, man coverage on the secondary, and right there Gillum beats his man with the post route. It's a simple pitch and catch, catches it through contact, and a great first down here now for the Pirates.
First down at the 12, knocking on the door again, up by 15.
Boy,
taking their time here too.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish it was Slim, Merle. Want to talk about a throwback.
Right. Sims in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. And second effort and a rugby scrum down to about the 10. They stacked it up pretty good, but Tyson Williams refused to go down. Picked up a couple yards when there was nothing there. Stick around at halftime. I sat down with sophomore quarterback Jackson Sims earlier in the week, and we'll get his thoughts.
And right there, number 61, James Ongazia, just came in, made a lot of havoc in the backfield, and just held on to the running back with the one arm and said, hey, teammates, help me out here, bring him down. Only a 1 yard gain for the Pirates.
So second down and 9 from about the 12. One receiver left, 2 to the near side. Sims in the gun with Williams to his left. Trying to clog up the middle. They're going to run around to the outside. Not much running. Cuts it back and dives inside the 10. Maybe falls forward to the 9. No, they're going to save the 10. So just a couple yards on the play. Sets up a third down and 6.
There's too much leakage coming through this offensive line right now, Merle. This defensive line for the Loggers doing a great job of applying pressure. They're selling out. They don't care if it's a run or a pass. Their main MO right now is just to create pressure as the 2-minute timeout comes up.
So a 2-minute timeout. That'll give me a chance, if I can call it up here. We haven't really talked about them a whole heck of a lot. To thank our sponsors. And that would include Aramark, Don Hewlett Buick and Chevrolet, Double Days Pizza, Eagles Wings Home Improvement Services, Fairfield by Marriott, First Texas Bank, Frost Bank, Georgetown HEB, GTX Wealth, Ideal Signs, Jersey Mike Subs, Mighty Fine Burgers, Fries, and Shakes, Primerica Financial Solutions, Rivery Coffee and Bagels, Rudy's Barbecue, Stephanie Featherstone with State Farm, Story Amplified Digital Marketing, Tropical Smoothie Cafe, The League Kitchen and Tavern, and Whataburger. Thank you to all of those folks making it possible for us to come out here and broadcast all in-state games this year, the 5 home games and the 2 on the road. Next week's going to be fun. TJ's favorite school comes to town.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold everything until next week. I don't want to ruin this. I want to keep it family friendly, especially for the viewers out in Washington.
Right,
you know?
right.
They don't know about the rivalry quite yet, so we'll keep it family friendly.
Sounds good. Texas Lutheran coming in here next week, 7 o'clock, 6:35 pregame show. Right now, 2 minutes to go in the first half, 3rd and 8 for Southwestern. They've got it at the Logger 10.
Would have been about a 3rd and 15 if you hadn't gotten that extra push.
That's true. Williams in the pistol. Play action. Williams, nice block. Pass into the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates. Touchdown, Pirates. Harris Gilliam hauling it in. Why not? He had the pass that set him up. And a great block by Tyson Williams. That gave Sims time to throw the football.
And Williams, they had the play action, but that was really a pass the whole way. That's more so for Williams to block the guy on the outside coming in. Gilliam beats his man with a quick slant. And that's an easy pitch and catch. And the freshman, do your dance, young fella in the end zone. A great touchdown there for the Pirates, looking to go up 28-6 now.
Southwestern with the first 7. Puget Sound answered with the touchdown, missed the extra point, and ever since then it's been 20. And now make it 21 unanswered points for Southwestern as the score increases to 28-6 with 1 minute and 54 seconds to go in this first half.
I want to give a big shout out over here to my man Dalton, giving me all kinds of great camera shots, as well as the other camera crews around here, especially you over there, Merle, every so often giving me something to work with. So appreciate you boys.
Out on the balcony is Donald Williams. He has been the camera operator / video coordinator here at Southwestern, I think, since they brought football back in 2013.
He was there when I was a freshman in 2016. He's always been the guy to run the program. He gets student workers to help him out. Now they have drones out there at practice and out here at Birkelbach. So he's seen a lot of transformation. Yeah, Coach Donald Williams, he's ran that film program so well over the past few years over the past decade, and has really given us, he's a big part of the reason of the success of the program.
I had met him even before that, probably 3 or 4 years for the Austin Vipers. He was there,
with the
videographer. And we would broadcast their games on the old KMAX Sports. So.
Goodness.
Thank you to him for his help. And down to the 4 to the 5, to the 10 to the 15, and a bit of a burst up the middle and gets it out to the 23-yard line.
A lot of pushing and shoving out there now. You kind of, 28-6 game. You kind of expect that, but still a whole half yet to play, and
a
lot of time left here with 2 timeouts left in the back pocket of Puget Sound.
And this is an explosive offense. Just kind of giving the Pirate defense fits. They've kind of righted the ship a little bit, but you always kind of hold your breath.
And it looks like the Pirates going to go to more of a prevent defense, a three-man front. They're going to drop an extra defender out in coverage to try and limit those passing opportunities for the Loggers.
And Tito with the empty back set. Quick drop, pump fake, dumps it off over the middle, complete out to the 30, to the 35-yard line. That'll gain 12 yards on the play. Going to bring up another first down and 10. Hauling that one in was Joe Gallagher.
And that will stop the clock to reset the chains.
90 seconds left. Dropping back again. Hit as he throws it, and that ball batted up in the air and almost intercepted. Hands on the football by Jameer Martin. Tipped it up. Couldn't quite close on it fast enough. Second down and 10 coming up.
And great pressure put in the backfield there by number 33, Daryl Abaye. He just did a great job getting through his block, and with a three-man front, getting pressure like that is so key.
Second down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Teeter. Swing pass right side and off the mark. Dangerously close to a lateral. But they say it went forward and up, and that sets up a third down and 10.
And stops the clock.
I was going to say for Southwestern, if you can get a stop here, you're going to get the football back. You've got a kicker with a long leg.
You got to have those passes completed. Those are the kind of pitch and catches that drive offensive coordinators crazy if you're not able to connect.
Empty back set again for Teeter. Dropping back, looking over the middle. Complete at the 40, but that is it. Great open field tackle by Jack Balderas again. I believe that was.
And there's the timeout from Coach Creasy.
Yeah, one left.
Wow, lots of time left here for the Pirates if the Loggers end up deciding to punt this one.
I can't imagine them not. That would be a dangerous game to play there.
Yeah.
Hey, you never know what those people up in the PNW think.
Refresh my memory. We kicked off, did we not? So we should get the football
Yes.
to start the second half.
Correct.
Yeah, that was going to be my point. Is if you miss it here and set them up on the 40-yard line and they get a score and then they get the ball at halftime, that's a big mistake.
That
Even
sounds
if you
great to me.
Yeah,
I love
right.
that.
Well, even if you get 3, that brings you up to a 25-point lead. That's a 4-possession game.
Again, sounds great to me.
That's the rough equivalent of the third base coach giving the home run sign in baseball.
Yep. I never was able to get that sign correct.
No.
And they're coming out.
Yeah, we could see a pooch punt, but I would be shocked if they go for it here. 4th down and 4 at the 41-yard line.
Could be a pooch punt or could be a hard count. You
Yeah.
want to stay in your assignment here. Don't want to jump offside to the Pirates' defensive line.
Yeah, they would get a first down if they did.
Teeter in the shotgun, trips wide right to the near side. 4th and 4 from the 41.
Pirates back into the 4-man front.
Fumble the snap, falls on the football, and there you go.
Couldn't have asked for anything better than that, Merle.
Yeah, TJ's doing the happy dance of joy.
Shouldn't have had that popcorn, Mr. Teeter.
You could almost, kind of like a wide receiver, you could see him backing out to try to set up the pass before he had the snap in his hand.
Absolutely.
Ball goes over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 Pirates.
It's one of those little details that you just can't assume.
Right.
Right. You gotta keep every detail, take care of each little thing to be able to make it work. So I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah, it's like going to the dance floor without a partner.
That's exactly right.
Right there, Teeter.
I know all
Falling
about
back.
that.
Stop it, Trey. But right there, Teeter falling on that one, and it looks like Puget Sound is going to call a timeout here, trying to get their defense on the same page.
Well, the Pirates have it at the 38-yard line.
This is a lot to ask of your defense.
It is.
I mean, you just put them in a really tough spot. I like the confidence, but man, this is a tough spot for them.
Yes, it is.
I'm assuming that's probably what he's calling the timeout for,
Yeah.
right? Is to get them aligned and get them fired up. Play the play in front of you. Don't think about anything else. Play the play in front of you.
Well, I mean, just think about what this defense has gone through just in the second quarter alone. They have given up 21 unanswered. When you think about it, a 96-yard touchdown drive and then another 2 within their own territory. It's been tough sledding for them. Their offense hasn't done them any favors. And now, as this game goes on, expect fatigue to play a major factor, especially for these PNWers in this Texas heat.
Southwestern winning the time of possession battle right now, 15-24 to 13-23. And that defense has been on the field a long time for the Loggers. First down and 10 at the 37-yard line after the timeout. Phillips back in the backfield. They're showing blitz. Play action, Sims. Pass over to the right side and batted away at the last second. Boy, that was close to a touchdown, close to an interception. I think it was Joseph Earl got in there at the last second and swatted it down. Tried to go to Gillum again.
Yeah, great coverage there on the outside, and they're sticking with that man coverage, even with the Pirates wide receivers getting by them. We'll see here as the game goes on. With fatigue setting in, you may expect them to start sitting in that zone.
1:07 to go in the half.
You might want to keep them honest here with a couple of runs.
Yeah, you still got enough time. Pirates are out of timeout. Sims rolling to his right, looking, directing traffic, and he's going to scamper out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. Picked up about 5 yards, makes it a manageable 3rd down and 5. Stop the clock. That's important. 1:01 to go. Pirates out of timeouts.
Talk about directing traffic there, Merle. Sims telling Devin Phillips, hey, block that guy right in front of you. Phillips turns around, lays the wood. Great block by him. But you're right, Merle. Just getting yardage there is so important because then that allows us to get closer to field goal range.
Right.
It would be looking at maybe a 50-plus yarder, probably closer to 48 if this isn't going to convert or get any extra yardage.
And I was wrong. Southwestern has 1 timeout left. They got 1 timeout left. So 3rd down and 5 at the 32. Dropping back. Pass right side. Caught. 25. Steps out of bounds. That'll be good for the 1st down. You know, we've seen him go downfield so much, Graydon Thompson. That was just a good possession catch.
And I think right there, that was what the corner wasn't expecting. He was like about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage there, and all Thompson had to do was just catch that one and run out of bounds. Right. Great job by him getting the first team.
Just take what they give you.
That's right. Got at the 24-yard line. 58 seconds to work with. 2 receivers left, 1 to the near side. Sims, play action again. All day to throw. Now the pocket breaks down. He goes down. Pirates will probably have to call the timeout here. 2nd down, loss of 3. That's probably the 3rd sack of the game, I'm guessing, but the first in quite a while.
Yeah, the 3rd sack of the game, but the one that's come without pressure. Right there, the D-line just beat the offensive line, and really that was more of a coverage sack. Great coverage in the backside.
Southwestern hustles back to save the timeout. 35 seconds. Looking, pump fake. Now he's going to tuck it under and run. 25 to the 20, and hit as he steps out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. Again, makes it a 3rd down at about 4. Stops the clock with 29 seconds.
A great job by Sims, just getting some positive yards and stopping the clock. If the Pirates aren't able to get anything here, expect maybe about a 35-yard field goal,
right,
well within Lanham's range.
Set a school record last week, as you mentioned, talking about Lanham, the kicker. Southwestern still thinking 6 here. 3rd down and 4 from the 19. Fake the toss sweep right side and caught for the 4 and into the end zone. Touchdown Southwestern. What a play. Dip-de-doo, how are you? Jacob Washburn, the tight end.
Talk about dancing.
No kidding.
Washburn does a lot in the blocking game for the Pirates. Haven't really seen him too much with his hands, but right there, faking the toss out to Devin Phillips. Washburn beats his guy in the coverage and then uses his sweet feet not only to stay in bounds, but also give a little gritty action in the end zone after the touchdown. Pirates go up 6 again with 23 seconds left, looking to go up 35-6 after the PAT.
Yeah, how about that fake pitch?
I love that.
I followed the pitch. I thought it was going to Phillips.
That thing made my knees buckle. I'm way up here. Extra point is good. 23 seconds. Southwestern has pulled away 35-6.
And there were 2 defenders around Washburn, too.
Yeah.
He beat both of them. I think they expected him to go out of bounds there to try to save clock, but Washburn says, hey, if you're going to give me the end zone, I'm going to take that.
I'm going to get 1 catch a game. I'm going to make the most of it.
No kidding.
What'd you say over there? The little dipsy-doo?
Dipsy-doo, how are you?
Wow.
I'll put you on game here, Merle. It's called the gritty.
The gritty?
The gritty.
Well, see, I'm older than you. You didn't know who Supertramp was. So
Got me
it's
there.
the flip side
so
of the coin.
we both have homework. I'm going to go see who the Supertramps are, and you're going to learn how to gritty.
That works.
Next weekend against TLU, you and Chuck, midfield, halftime show.
Super Tramps. Oh, there he goes. There goes Chuck. Doing a little bit of dancing down there. I see you. I don't need a camera on you.
Talk about House of Pain. Chuck is the House of Pain.
I was going to say, unless Chuck Venmos me $20 right now, I'm putting the camera on him.
So you know what Venmo is, but you don't know what the gritty is?
Yeah. Short kick over here to the near side, and have to field it on the run to the 10, to the 15, and up to the 20, to the 25. Nice return out the 26-yard line.
Yeah, I love the kick into the corner, though.
Yes.
I really like that, trying to take away half the field.
And Dukes, who's been the return man for the Loggers all day, is trying to take it back to the middle of the field, get back towards blockers, but it hasn't worked for him so far. That's only an 11-yard return. It's about what he would have got if he would have fair caught it there. I would have put him right back at the 25. So 17 seconds left for the Loggers here. Don't expect them to do too much offensively.
Yeah, they're just going to take a knee.
Give
Take
a
a knee.
shot
No more salt on the wound.
Give a shout out and a thank you to Skylar Gillespie, our QA, keeping an eye on and ear on the broadcast, making sure that we are staying on the air and looking and sounding as good as we possibly can. Pirates are looking and sounding good. Chuck's going to catch up with Coach Kriesel here, intercept him on the way to the locker room. 35-6 as the clock ticks down.
Thank goodness he's wearing that yellow shirt.
I
Going to
know.
be run over by some of those players.
Yeah, the yellow shirt worked. Coach saw him. Take it away, Chuck.
So, Coach, a little bit of a rough start there in the first quarter, but the offense put it together. 4 good drives for scoring drives in that second quarter. Give us your thoughts offensively.
Yeah, I mean, just taking what they were going to give us. We knew we had a good advantage on offense against their defense. We're much better, pretty much command for man as far as talent goes. And they're young on offense. I was talking to Coach Poncho before the game, and they're pretty young on defense. I mean, so we knew we were going to have a good chance on doing that. They're just going to try to throw it and try to keep in the game by scoring. And we've given up a few plays. We didn't play great, but again, there's only 6 points on the board. We're feeling pretty good where we're at.
Well, if there's an area where there might be some struggle offensively, it's there on the trenches. What are your thoughts on your offensive line?
Yeah, it's just one of those things. We got a couple young kids still playing there. Our starting center's still out with Matt, and that's a big thing. Yasato's out. That's a big thing with communication, Chuck. So I'm not sure we're communicating great. He's doing the best he can. Tristan Clinton's in there busting his butt. He's doing a great job. It's just a hard spot for a freshman to be playing first game in his college career.
What final thing, Coach? Your special teams have been outstanding today. Your kick return game and your kicker have excelled. Give us your thoughts on
Yeah,
that.
not much to say. You guys have seen it at home. You've seen it in the stadium. The kid's kicking the crap out of the ball. Sorry my language, but it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then our guys are running down there and covering kicks really well.
He'd be up for a Ray Guy Award. He keeps that up.
Yeah, let's hope so. All right, thank you.
Back to you, Merle.
All right, thank you, Chuck. 35-6, your halftime score. So, cheerleaders on the field, entertain the crowd. We're going to take a break, catch our breath, maybe play the sponsors real quick, Trace, so the folks out there can see who's making it possible. When we come back, I had a chance to catch up with Jackson Sims, sophomore quarterback, earlier this week. We'll get his thoughts here. We'll get the stats put together and be back for the second half action. Pirates on top, 35-6 here in Georgetown. You're watching Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. pleased to be joined by the starting quarterback of the Southwestern Pirates, sophomore quarterback Jackson Sims. Had a great season opening game last Saturday. Jackson, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm sure you're doing great too after the Pirates get off to a 1-0 start.
Yes, sir.
Talk about, well, first of all, before we get into the game, introduce yourself to the Southwestern Pirates folks a little bit. All they see are guys underneath the helmets and body armor. Introduce yourself to the fans out there watching.
Yes, sir. My name is Jackson Sims. I'm a sophomore quarterback from Kingwood Park High School. It's in the north side of Houston.
And this is, what, your second year at Southwestern, correct?
Correct.
What was it? I mean, last year you came in, you saw some action, some spot action, did a good job in relief, threw a nice touchdown pass in here and there. What was the difference from last year to this year, knowing that you're battling for the starting quarterback position, and then, you know, for now, the battle will be ongoing all season long, but making your first career start? Talk about the emotions of that.
I mean, honestly, I knew coming in this year, since our quarterback room got super small this year, we had some transfers in, and they were really good, and I knew I had to work hard and just grind, and I knew if I put my faith in my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, that everything would work out in my favor, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, obviously Houston, big time high school football. We always talk about the players of the Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio rivalry. Big time high school football action in Houston. What was the biggest difference coming from high school to a university like Southwestern?
Honestly, I would just say the speed of the game. Like the athletes in college are a lot faster, a lot stronger, and I just had to, you know, get in the weight room, get on the field, and just better my craft.
What about in terms of off-campus stuff? You know, learning to be away from home, learning to do your own laundry, making sure that you're staying disciplined. That's hard enough for any college student, let alone somebody trying to do something as competitive as football. Talk about that a little bit.
I mean, I feel like my parents raised me to be independent, so I mean, it kind of helped me when I got to college. So I would say that transition was pretty smooth.
Let's transition to football. What was it like running out on that field for the first time to start the season? You know, I'm sure you're colorblind at first because of the weird colors on the field, but what were your emotions at taking the field for the first time?
Man, I had so much energy. Everyone just was ready to play football, and we just been waiting this whole summer, and we just ready. I don't know how else to say it.
Yeah. In terms of one of the things I talked to Coach Creasel about just a moment ago was the nice vertical passing game. We saw you throwing some long passes last year and connecting, you and Grady Thompson connecting a couple times, and the other receivers as well. Talk about that passing game and all the work and the chemistry that you have to work to develop with the receivers.
Right. Like you said, Graydon, that man he can run. So he makes my job so easy. I just have to put the ball out there, and I know he'll go run under and get it.
What happens on a play, and I'm sure we'll talk to him. He'll probably, you know, he could catch 100 passes. When he's 80 years old, he's going to remember the one that he dropped late in the game. What's it like when, you know, you guys come off the field? What do you talk about? I'm sure it's different from play to play, but talk about that conversation a little bit.
Right. I mean, he dropped it, and that it is what it is. I still trust him. I'm going to go back to him 100 times after that. That didn't affect us at all.
And I'm sure it's not just him. I mean, you tell me, but the other receivers, they're going to drop some, but they're also going to make spectacular one-handed catches on those that are off the mark, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I mean, they have their trust in me, and I have my trust in them, and I feel like that's the best way to do it.
Talk about your linemen up front. What do they do? Because without them, you're facing a lot of really angry guys coming at you.
Right. I mean, I love those guys. They sit there. They protect me. I wouldn't be able to perform how I did last Saturday without them, and I really appreciate them.
What are your emotions? You got one game under your belt, so that helps, but now you're playing at home. You're going to be playing in front of the home crowd, although the crowd traveled great. That was one of the best traveling crowds I've seen last week. But what's going to be like coming at home and playing in front of all the students and that kind of thing?
Yes, sir. I mean, last year we played McMurray at home for our first home game, and that atmosphere was amazing, and I'm just expecting even more upcoming this year.
Now, you're just a sophomore, so you've got a couple of years left in school yet, but have you thought about what you're going to be doing after you get down here at Southwestern?
I actually want to be a coach. I want to be a college coach, preferably like a quarterback coach, position coach, and that's just the plan right now.
Yeah. Well, what are you looking forward to building on the most as the season, as you get more reps, as you get more seat time, as you sort of, you know, I've heard, we talked to Chuck Gracie on the sideline about how you were kind of taking over a leadership role already, which is unusual for a younger player. Talk about that growth that you're hoping to see out of yourself this year.
Of course. I mean, like you said, like I'm still young. I'm not like the top leader on the team, but I know that my role as a quarterback, I have to be that vocal guy. I have to, push my teammates and just get excellence out of them.
And that's it, right? Whether you want it or not, you're the quarterback, so the eyes are going to be on you. They're going to be looking at you in the huddle. So does that sort of, you had experience with that in high school. Is it different here with dealing with guys that are in their 20s?
Honestly, no. I feel like it's the same thing. As a quarterback, you have to be that guy, and you have to know that, in the highs and lows, like your team is going to be looking at you. If you're down, they're going to be down. If you're up, we're going to be up. So you just got to keep that middle, level head
right
with yourself. Yes, sir.
And that's across the ball, right? It's the same with the offense, defense, let alone within your unit, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Well, any final thoughts here before we let you go? Any shout outs you want to give or anything like that?
Man, y'all just come out to our game this Saturday.
He'll be here, we'll be there, and the Pirates will be there hopefully to go 2-0. Congratulations on the great start, and good luck on Saturday and the rest of the way going forward.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, sophomore quarterback Jackson Sims, our guest here. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Southwestern Pirates football on the Vype Live Network. And welcome back to Brooklyn Field. Halftime here, 35-6 the score. Southwestern on top of the Puget Sound Loggers. And we are at halftime. Let's take a look back at some of the action from last week's game up in Abilene as the Pirates won their season opener over McMurray, 27-19. We'll take a look at some of the highlights from last week's game. And we'll get back. So there you go. Look back at last week's contest against McMurray. Give a shout out to Antonio Quiros from Vype World headquarters, cutting that highlight package together. Here it's 35-6. And after a slow start, the Pirates have really taken over. Excuse me. Look at some of the stats here. tried to choke down one of the sandwiches real quick, and it coming back to haunt me. First downs, 13-10. Southwestern leading that department. Rushing game, somehow, TJ, they managed to get 95 yards on 23 carries versus 64 on 9 carries for the Loggers. The passing, 170 to 155. Good to see them holding their own there. So total yardage, 265 to 219. Pretty even game stat-wise, except for the scoreboard.
Yeah, it really is. Looking at it, Merle, I mean, the Pirates offensively, we expected them to get a little bit more rushing, especially early on in this contest. A big chunk of that, 55 yards of it, coming from Tyson Williams with that big, long touchdown run. But to your point, Merle, I mean, Hayden Teeter on the Puget side has 155 yards passing. Compare that to Jackson Sims, who has 170 yards passing. I mean, that's very equal. Both have Sims has 2 touchdowns. Teeter has that one. Really, what it comes down to when you think about this game are penalties and turnovers.
Yep.
Right now, for the Pirates, you think about the opportunities that were given to them because of Puget Sound mental mistakes with the penalties and then the fumble that came at the 4-yard line. It's just one of those things that, as a team, you can't overcome those things after a while, and no matter what you put up for stats, it just becomes very difficult. Last week, Puget Sound down at the half, 42-6 against Lewis and Clark. Here against Southwestern, very similar story, 35-6.
And when you think about it, it was 7-0 Pirates, and they had come up with an interception, gotten off the field, but there was a roughing the passer on, I think, the very next play. Puget Sound scored their only touchdown of the game. Yep. So as good as it is for Southwestern, it could have been even better.
Yeah, and when you think about it, too, there was some momentum on that Puget Sound side because they came out and stopped the Southwestern offense right after that. So it was like, oh, what kind of game are we going to get here at Birkelbach? But as it stands, the Pirates have taken firm control. But I will say, Merle, what do we see in the second half? Are we going to be able to stay focused, stay within ourselves, not get complacent, and put together 2 great halves?
Right.
Yeah, I also think that it was kind of a backbreaker having that turnover inside the 5-yard line, and then we go down and score off of that. I mean, that's a huge momentum creator. You know, you talked last week about mother momentum. It really is important in football, and that was just a crusher.
Yeah.
Almost go in to score, you fumble the ball, and then we go take a nice we actually have a 50-yard pass that gets us going, and then we take it all the way down and get 6 points.
Look at some of the individual stats. Tyson Williams, 9 carries, 80 yards. As TJ mentioned, 55 of that coming on the opening score. Looking at the passing game, he gave the numbers there. I don't see it on the – I see. Oh, there it is. Jackson City, 9 of 14, 170 yards, 2 touchdowns. Been sacked 3 times. That's a bit concerning. The receiving, Graydon Thompson leading the way, 4 targets, 4 catches, 81 yards. And touchdown catches by Harris Gilliam and Jacob Washburn, that tight end on the sort of the backbreaker there right before the half. And Chuck is standing by, I believe.
Yeah, get his thoughts on what we might see in this second half.
Well, just to add to what you guys have been discussing, anytime there has been a stop, the momentum is with Puget Sound. Chase Lanham just comes out and flips the field over, and that has been huge today, in my opinion.
Great call.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So the team's back on the field. Southwestern up by 29 points, and will get the football to start the second half.
Yeah, they could put this game away pretty quickly here.
Yeah.
If they come out, get a score, put the stomp down on the offense, which had to kind of change things up, right, to try to get into the game. It was kind of backwards a little bit, though. They start off pro sets, running passing the ball, and then they start running the ball. Now they're really going to have to get back to that passing.
And something else pretty interesting that I'm noticing here now, Merle and Trey, is that Southwestern's drives haven't necessarily been long.
No.
There hasn't been a drive more than 3 minutes long. There hasn't been a scoring drive with more than 7 plays. Even that 96-yard drive was only 5 plays down the field, 2 minutes and 52 seconds. So the Pirates, basically, that means they're creating explosive plays. They're creating long plays that move the sticks down the field. And for Puget Sound, you have to stop that. You knew coming in how explosive this Pirates offense could be. And now moving into the second half, as the Pirates offense is going to get that ball, that should be your MO to start.
So 30 minutes of football left here from Georgetown, week number 2, the 2025 season.
Well, and just, we talked about it, the backbreaker there at the end of that half. just giving up the play there, giving up that, inside your 40 yards line, going for the fourth down. They go down and score off of that. That's just tough on the team. But I'm sure the coach was just trying to get a spark.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. But that was really a big swing as the kickoff goes down to the 2, to the 5, to the 10, to the 15. And Devin Phillips lunges out to the 20-yard line, maybe the 21 or 22. So this might be the Pirates' worst field position to start the ball game all day long.
The 4-yard line, Merle.
Oh, 4, of course, forgot about that one.
No, it's one of the, it really is, though, when you think about it. On average, the Pirates have started in Puget Sound territory. It's only been few and far between where they've been in their own side of the field. And it's really only come after a few punts, a kickoff return that we saw earlier after that one touchdown, and then after the fumble recovery on the 4.
So first down and 10, Southwestern going left to right in the home block from their own 21-yard line. One receiver left, 2 to the near side. Jackson Sims met him at halftime. And straight ahead handoff to Phillips. And he is going to, good second effort. Great balance to get it out across the 25-yard line. Could have been down for a gain of a yard or 2, but he just kept those knees off the ground and picked up 4.
One thing that these Pirate running backs do really well is just keep their feet churning. It's something that the running backs coach emphasizes throughout all of training camp, and you see Phillips here do exactly that, keeps his feet moving and gets those extra yards after contact.
Yeah, so keep those shoulder pads forward. Keep moving forward.
Picked up 4, second down and 6 from the 25. One receiver left, 2 to the near side. Take the shuttle pass underneath, and this is the other quarterback in there at the 20, and he's going to step out of bounds at the 24-yard line. That's number 7, Jacob Smith, the junior from Spring, Texas, out of Texas Lutheran, transferred over. That'll be an interesting week for him next week.
It really will be. You'll probably see a lot of his former friends on the other side of the ball, maybe current friends, but when you're playing against him, it's never current. It's always former from that perspective. But a lot of great things said about him. His scouting report, he has a great arm, can really fire the ball down the field, and can use his legs very well like we just saw there.
Third down and 8 now coming up from the 23-yard line. Stays in the game. It's going to be his first throw of the season. And overshot just a little bit. Had Gillum over the center of the field. Just a little bit too much mustard out of him. You could see the zip on the football right there.
Yeah, talk about having a rocket for an arm right there. It really didn't look like much effort, but he threw that one and threw it hard. Just a little too high and out of reach for the receiver.
That seemed to have a little bit of adrenaline in it.
Yeah, I mean, you've been on the bench for the whole first half. You know you might get an opportunity here in the second half. But that being your first throw, that's probably what you could expect if you're the offensive coordinator, Coach Mask.
Chase Lanham back to punt this one away. Rumor has it there are scouts here from SpaceX trying to get into orbit.
As the factory is right up the road.
Good snap. And there's another one. Going to be fielded at the 30-yard line and makes the first man miss, giving ground back to the 28. Now he's got a bit of a seam, reverses field, and going to be tripped up at the 40. Turned into a 10-yard return. Pretty good job there on the return. That ball was in the air for a long, long time. Tyler Evers with a nice return.
Yeah, the defensive back, the senior out of Menil Park, California, did a great job there of avoiding a lot of tackles. I didn't think he was going to have that much room to run, but he found just a couple gaps to run through and able to get a little bit better field position here for his offense to start in the second half.
That SpaceX joke might have been the best joke you've said in a long time, Earl.
First down and 10 at the 41-yard line. See what I can do when I don't choke on my food? Straight ahead handoff up to the 44 to the 45, out to the 46. A hard-earned 5 yards there, setting up for a second down and 5.
And this drive here will be very telling for how the rest of this game will go, Merle. Puget Sound, if they get a touchdown on the board, obviously that shows there's no quitting them. For the Pirates, how complacent are you going to be?
Swing pass, right side complete across midfield and into Pirate territory down to the 43-yard line. Another quick pass from Hayden Teeter. And the Puget Sound on the move.
The starters are still in there. That was DJ James making the tackle for the Pirates as Puget Sound moving quickly here, getting set even before the chains.
Teeter dropping back again. Good protection. Pass complete over the middle of the 40-yard line, trying to get the corner turn. Boy, he has some running room if he gets that corner turn. But on the edge for Southwestern, prevent an even bigger play was Cesar Navarro, the senior.
And Joe Gallagher with a drag right over the middle, beat the first man and almost beat the second. He had 10 catches last week for 77 yards, the senior did.
Draw play up the middle and has a first down and more into Pirate territory inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line.
Really good drive here so far for the Loggers, Merle. A lot of positive plays. They're using the running game. They're using the passing game and just getting the ball out quickly, not allowing the Southwestern pressure from the D-line to get anywhere.
First down at the Pirate 28-yard line. Pass left side. Intercepted. Coming back the other way to the 40, to the 50. This should be a pick six. One man to beat. Cuts it back up to the 30, 25, 20, 15. Knocked down at the 14-yard line. Couldn't quite take it all the way. But just jumping the route and making the pickoff was DJ James. Or no, that's number 1, pardon me. That is Cam Roberson. I was right the first time. It was James.
It was DJ James. He had a great beat on the ball. It was zone coverage again in a curl route. You didn't expect it to have that much room out there, but it was a long throw from Teeter out to the outside. James saw it. He had a beat on it. He jumped it and took it almost all the way. I think he jinxed him a little bit there, Merle. The quarterback Teeter did a really good job of staying with that and just messing up the running room of James enough for his teammates to make the tackle, but great starting field position here now on the second drive.
They also brought somebody else up there, up to the line, creating a little bit more pressure.
And play action pass, looking left and incomplete. Going to bring up a second down and 10. So it looks like here starting the second half is Jacob Smith with a 35-6 lead. Good to see him get some reps in here. This is a long season.
And it's always one of those things that it was a really competitive QB battle in camp, Merle, for that starting spot. So for Smith now, you're putting film out there. You are getting more reps and putting a name saying, hey, this battle's not over. If I do well in this half, look to me to maybe be a starter.
Second down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Drops back. Nope, it's a wraparound draw play up the middle. And going to be knocked down at about the 13 on the carry was Devin Baylor. And sets up a third down and 9 here for the Pirates.
And right there, number 46, Trayvon Pfeiffer. He had 6 tackles last week, was second on the team. He did a great job of reading the quarterback's eyes, going with the play, and making the tackle on the running back in the backfield.
Boy, Puget Sound was on the move. They were chunking up the Pirate defense, and the pickoff by DJ James has slipped the field. Now can the Pirates capitalize? Third down and 9 from the 14. Smith dropping back, looking. Pump fake, and tripped up trying to bootleg to the left. Ball, I think, came out, but they're going to say it was down. Worst part about that is it kind of took him out of field goal range now. It's a 43-yarder.
Yeah,
not quite, but he's on the edge.
You're looking at a much longer field goal now. You would have had a for sure one, I think, had you stayed where you were.
Right.
It would have been around a 35-yarder, but to your point, Merle, now it's pretty deep out there.
One quarterback coming up to the other, giving him some insight on being out there. You were saying that he was going to get some stuff on film. Well, he's going to get some stuff on film
that he can definitely
work
correct,
on.
100%.
Right.
So this one will be a 42-yarder for Lanham. Low snap, good hold. Kick is up. It's got the leg barely. I think he missed it.
Hooked it.
The snap was just a little low.
Yeah, they're talking about it. So on that interception, trying to throw from the short side of the field all the way across, that's a tough throw.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a third baseman trying to throw to first base. It's the longest throw in the field, essentially. You never advocate for it if you're an offensive coordinator, but they maybe saw something in film, and unfortunately, DJ James saw something too.
Yeah, he read that from the jump, for sure.
So a nice play by Hayden Teeter, the quarterback, on that interception, not giving up. Didn't make the tackle, but he slowed him up and allowed the cavalry to arrive.
That's true.
Saved him a touchdown and saved him some points there after the defense made the stop.
So now Puget Sound gets it back at their own 25-yard line after the miss. 10:50 to go, third quarter. Pirates still comfortably ahead by 29 points. And swing pass right side on the edge, looking for running up the far side and tripped up across the 30, depending on the spot over there.
Again, doing a great job fighting through tackles over on that far side.
Shooter's pass complete to Gallagher.
Gallagher on the reception. Joe Gallagher, the senior out of Seattle, picking up 6 on that play. Second down and 4 from the Puget Sound 31.
These guys are about to be thinking, where's the rain?
Yeah. Teeter in the shotgun.
Yeah, changing the play here.
Play clock down to 7. They get the snap off. And handoff left side and going to be drugged down from behind. Back to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, good job there by
Daryl Bay, I think, got a hold of him around the waist.
Nick Fernandez on the carry.
And it looks like there's a logger down, actually.
Yeah, I think that was Williams Jack getting in there on containment, pushing that to the inside and allowing his teammates to come up and make that play.
The defensive player in the week for the Pirates in the conference last week, Williams Jack. I mean, he had that touchdown, that scoop and score. Has been relatively quiet here today. And Trey, you've said it before in this broadcast. This defensive line they haven't really made their presence felt too much.
Not like last week.
Not like last week. It's more of right now. They're doing their job enough to allow others in the secondary and the linebacker positions to do what they need to do. But you'd kind of expect them to be more of a wrecking crew out there. I mean, they call themselves Death Row for a reason, that they think they're going to go out there and, do what they need to do to put people away. But right now, without any blitzes or anything, it's been pretty even at the front.
Yeah, Teeter's had a lot of time back there to make some. Now, he made a pretty bad throw earlier, but he really has had a whole lot of time back there to get set, go through his reads. But the defense is just they're doing their jobs, though, on the back end of that.
Injured player was a senior running back, Nick Fernandez. Looked like a cramp. He's able to get up and trot off the field under his own power.
I have been shocked that there haven't been more of those with these guys from Washington.
3rd down and 3 from the 32-yard line. They played this game at 11 o'clock as it was originally scheduled. There would have been a ton of them. Trips left, one to the near side. Teeter dropping back. Crossing pattern over the middle. Caught to the 36 and dropped immediately, but it's going to be enough for the first down. 5 on the reception, knocked down by Jameer Martin. Hauling that one in was Gallagher.
And Teeter's doing just enough in the backfield with his eyes to look off these Southwestern defenders. Looks to his left, looks to his right, and then finds his open man over the middle. Good job by him.
Dropping back, looking. Pass over the middle again. On the drag route up to the 45-yard line. That'll be another 9-yard pickup for Isaac Tran.
It's not too complex, but it's getting the job done right now for the Loggers. It's a simple drag right over the middle, and it's moving the ball for them.
You might push these linebackers up just a little bit.
Dropping back again. Over the middle again. Caught again to the 50, to the 45. Bounce to the outside to the 40. Knocked down there at the 41-yard line. Big stick by Jameer Martin.
Kind of sound like a broken record right now, Merle. Same play, same result.
I was going to say, you don't like to see this happen, but this is great film. Going back to that again for the Pirate defense to learn from in a game that's in hand right now.
Yeah, but it's film you don't want out there for your opponents to see, because that could be something that they may take advantage of later on in the year.
Kind of a double-edged sword. Useful for you to look at, but useful for the opponent as well. Draw play up the middle, and that's a good job there. Clogging up the middle and knocking him down for no gain. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
The competitor in me, though, Merle, and the psycho in me says that they're doing it on purpose to put that film out there so they can put that in the minds of their opponents.
Right. 2nd down and 10 from the 41-yard line of Southwestern. The good news is the clock keeps on ticking here. Teeter dropping back. Left side, complete to the 31. Breaks free to the 30. Inside the 30 and spins out of bounds. That one hauled in by Khalid Robinson. Robinson on the reception. 1st down at the 25-yard line.
And that time there, the Pirates trying to bring the blitz. It's going to be man coverage on the outside. A simple outright by Robinson. Beats his man and gets the first.
Teeter reading that and throwing it to the side where the blitz comes from.
Dropping back. Giving ground. Fade pattern over to the center of the field. That ball is caught to the 5. Defender falls down. Touchdown, Puget Sound. Robinson again. And one good-looking drive ruined by the pickoff, but they capitalized on the second one.
And the Loggers, I think, got a gift there. A missed holding call. Like Harmon was dragged down on the top side of your screen. But a good pass by Teeter, even with the pressure in his face. The corner route, good pitch and catch, and that's another touchdown for the Loggers. Teeter's 2nd of the day.
Thomas Goldglin, the sophomore kicker, on for the extra point. And gets this one to go through after the first one was blocked. So 7:22 to go in the 3rd quarter, 35-13. Southwestern hanging on to a 22-point lead. Offense needs a responder. Needs to chew up some clock and take it down the field themselves and reestablish control of this football game.
Yeah, you've had 2 drives here so far in the second half. Your first drive, you went 3 and out, didn't do anything with the ball. Second drive, you start within your own 20-yard line. You start in the red zone, and you're not able to get a first down, and you're not able to put points on the board, even with the field goal. So you're right, Merle. You have to put points on the board here because, like we've said before, you got to put 2 great halves together. It's something that we've seen and experienced here in this press box that the Pirates occasionally, when they have to play down a little bit, they struggle in doing that. And right now, a great example of it again.
It'll be interesting to see who comes out at quarterback. I would imagine they will probably stick with Smith, try to give him some more reps.
Yeah, that's a great point. Do you want to stick with Smith and give him those reps, or go to Sims and be more sure of putting this game away?
I would think this would be his last opportunity to do that.
And it's a squib kick on their field. A nice job there at the 48-yard line across the 50. Look out, 45. Hit from behind and falls inside the 40 down to the 34-yard line.
He was ready for that.
He was ready.
That was some good coaching and great playing.
I think that was Stephen Foucault, was it not, TJ?
Yeah, that was Foucault right there, and he did a great job of staying with it and even better job of returning it. I didn't think he had that in him. He reminded me of Dante Smith returning an onside kick against Texas Lutheran in 2016 right there. Tried to do his best impression, but not able to do so, but sets the Pirates up with great field position.
Yeah, fielded at the 48, ran left, and then cut it back up. Worked out to be about a 14-yard return and sets up Southwestern once again at the 37-yard line. And to answer your question, Trey, it is Jacob Smith back in a quarterback. Dropping back, looking. Pocket breaks down. Now he's going to tuck it under and run to the 35, to the 30, and tippy toes out of bounds at about the 29-yard line.
You can see he had that young.
Oh, flag comes in way after the play. That flag has some hang time.
This could be on Southwestern, Merle. That was the offensive lineman right there for the Pirates. Put his guy in the dirt way after the play. So this could be an after the play was over foul.
Officials still discussing it here.
You hear Coach Thomas up top saying that's after the play. It's second down, and he would be correct on that.
After the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Southwestern, number 62. It's a 15-yard penalty. Second down.
That wipes out a nice 7-yard pickup, puts it all the way back to the 44-yard line. They've got to get it down to the 27, so second and 17.
You saw Smith there have a little bit of happy feet. He gave up on his reads fairly quickly there.
See if he can recover here. Second and 17 from the 44. Straight ahead handoff, and this will get some of it back down to the 40. On the carry once again was Devin Phillips. So it's up a third down and about 13.
Pirates doing themselves no favors right here. Haven't had much success here in the second half. Would have had a great second down play coming up, but with that penalty, pushed them so far back, and now third and long due up.
Yeah, it's one of those things about football. It takes a lot of emotion and passion to be able to play it, but you got to be able to shut it off when the whistle blows.
Yep.
Yeah, and Coach Griesel was talking about that in his interview with you, Merle, the emotion and keeping that in check and how important it is.
Third and 13, dropping back, looking. Pass over to the left side, deflected up in the air and incomplete. And it's going to bring up a fourth down.
And unfortunately for Smith there, just great coverage on the top side. You trying to go to your best receiver, Thompson, but in coverage right there for the Loggers was number 19, Burley Fincham. Just did a great job just getting his hands on it and then knocking that one down.
And now Chase Lanham will come in. He'll hit it from midfield. Don't want to rocket this one into the end zone. He's trying to angle this one out of bounds somewhere and pin him down inside the 20. The finesse part of punting.
He's been busy today. As great as the Southwestern offense has been, he's had more than, 5 punts already?
Yeah. Good snap. High punt. Let's see who gets a backspin on it. Takes a high bounce and down at the 1 again. Holy smokes. Could not draw that up any better.
Now you saw the backspin on it. Great job.
Now a little higher up, a lot more spin on it, and he matches his total from last week. 2 punts inside the 20. And not just that, 2 punts inside the 2-yard line.
I would imagine there are a lot of Southwestern golfing alumni that would love to have backspin like that on their 9-irons.
I'm one of them.
Yeah. A lot of confidence kicking that. I figured for sure he'd be going for the sideline.
Yeah. So they take over at the 2. Not the first time they've been pinned down here. Dropping back out of the end zone. They're not afraid to throw it from out of there. They're going for it all up the far sideline, and that ball is incomplete. The closest men to it were a couple of guys wearing black. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. On the coverage for the Pirates is J.P. Reyes.
And building off of what you just said, Mo, you said they've been here before, they've been in the situation. I'm interested to see how they changed the play calling. They went 3 and out on that drive when they were on the 1-yard line, ended up only getting a 5-yard pass on 3rd down. We saw deep passes on that last time they were here, and right there, incomplete again.
Dropping back again. Looking pass over to the right side and incomplete. Almost tipped toward an interception. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. This is deja vu.
And you think about what worked for them in their last drive when they scored. Drag routes, getting the ball out quickly. And right now, not the case. Is some talking going on in the backfield?
Yeah, there's a flag. If it's holding, it's a safety.
Yeah, if that's holding in the end zone, that would be a safety.
Oh, it was not. Oh, wow. It was not in the end zone.
So they're going to decline it looks like.
Yeah.
Holding. Offense number 74. That penalty will be declined. It's 3rd down.
Would have been nice for him to have mentioned to the crowd.
Right.
That it was
People
not
got to
in
be
the end
wondering
zone.
why.
That's right.
So it's 3rd down and 10. Ball still spotted at the 2-yard line. Get one more stop. You'll get the ball back in great field position. 6:03 to go, 3rd quarter. Teeter 4 yards deep in his end zone. Pressure coming up the middle. He's in trouble. They're going to get him. They earned the sack instead of getting it on the penalty. And a great job there by the Pirate defense. Rhino, Maureen Williams-Jack was one of the guys to get there. Did you see the other one, TJ?
It was Rhino and Chooks, and they were in a 3-man front. You don't expect that much pressure with a 3-man front. I think what happened there was a broken down screenplay. They were trying to get the lineman out. They were trying to get the running back out. But with Williams-Jack, Rhino going right up the middle, didn't allow him to do so. He makes the play in the backfield, and the Week 1 Defensive Player of the Week putting his case on for Week 2 now. Defensive Player of the Week.
There you go. He covered a fumble in the end zone last week. Gets us half a sack for a safety here, and 37-13. And the best part of that is, other than the 2 points, Pirates will get the football back in good field position again.
Yeah, and we'll see now who goes out there with the quarterback situation coming up.
Well, we can look for who has their helmet on. I would venture, though, that we would see Sims. But no, looks Smith's got his helmet on.
Well, you're back up to a 3-possession game right now. You need 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions to come back. So with 6:01 to go, the odds are in your favor. Hopefully he can come in and just kind of settle down. He had a good start to the last drive. The penalty that wasn't his fault really took him out of a chance to do anything with it.
I mean, you see the potential. You see the firepower in the arm. It's just about now putting it in where his receivers can catch it.
So they choose to kick it from the 20, over the shoulder catch. Up to the 15, Phillips to the 20, to the 25. Steps up to the 30, out to the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. That's where the Pirates will start this drive with 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, you also want to see if the coaching staff will help him out a little bit. Try to get him some nice short passes to try to get some rhythm going. Throw some runs in there just to get the ball moving, just to let him get into some kind of rhythm.
And quite frankly, I thought he was going to get in a rhythm on that third drive we just saw. But that penalty on 1st down, well, technically after the play on 2nd down, that's what hurt him the most.
So Jacob Smith, the junior, out of spring. In at quarterback. And handoff right to the big hole this time to the 35. Breaks a tackle. Stays on his feet down to the 39-yard line. Looked like a 3-yard pickup, and it turned into a 9-yard pickup. Hard running by Tyson Williams. He's had a good night tonight for the Pirates.
Yeah, Williams putting a great case in for player of the game for the Pirates here tonight. over 100 yards rushing, and on that one, earned all 9 yards of it, beating through tackles the whole way through.
Can do a lot on 2nd and 1. That's what it is here from the 39. Two receivers left, one on the near side. Play action. No, they handed it off to him. I'm sorry. He breaks free again inside the 45 out to the 47-yard line. And that play fake from Smith had me fooled.
And this is exactly what Trey was alluding to, getting the ground game back going, getting your offensive line going again. It's taken them a while to get going here. Already 10 minutes gone by in the third quarter, but this has been the best drive so far for the Pirates here in the third.
Yeah, just get some minutes out there for him.
Yeah.
Let him get that butterflies out. Just let him get out there.
Let the eyes shrink from the size of dinner platters to coffee saucers, right?
Right.
Trips wide left. First down and 10 from the 47-yard line. Smith running to his left, following his blockers. He's going to cut it back up and dives across midfield into logger territory to the 49-yard line. So a gain of about 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7. The designed run all the way.
Yeah, great steps right there from the offensive lineman. They had a really nice first step to their right, developing that sweep play, and they've done a great job on those sweeps of opening up lanes for the running backs, and the running backs and ball carrier Smith there on that last one do a great job of finding the gaps.
Clock rolling, 4:20 to go third quarter. 2nd down and 6 from the logger 49. Straight ahead. Big hole again for Williams to the 40. Nice and back to the 35. Almost broke free down to the 26-yard line. Tripped up at the very last second. Oh, that was a different back. That is 22, yeah. So that would be Devin Baylor on the carry.
That's that big boy Deuce going right through the middle and getting the extra yardage. This running back room, Merle, so deep.
I saw
We've
2,
seen
not
Devin
22.
Phillips. Oh, that's what it is
Yeah.
right there. We've seen Devin Phillips. We've seen Devin Baylor. We've seen Tyson Williams. So many options in the backfield for the Pirates. Now it's all about finishing this drive and where we're at.
Yeah, the gentleman that had the personal foul with a great block. You'll have to help me with that last name, though.
JP.
Dropping back, pass over to the middle of the field. That ball is caught. Touchdown, Pirates. There you go. You see a perfectly thrown football from Jacob Smith and hauling it in. Graydon Thompson, who's been relatively quiet tonight, especially for him, but not in that play.
Graydon Thompson, we've seen it all year so far, beating his man in coverage, a post route over the middle, and a perfectly thrown ball by Smith out of the pocket. And look at Thompson going up and getting that one, showing him what time it is. It's perfect timing to Thompson.
First touchdown strike of the year for Jacob Smith, and the Pirates have rebuilt a 30-point lead with the extra point pending. High snap, good hold. Ooh, and doinked it off the upright. That was Austin Hill, the sophomore, with his first extra point attempt of the year. He got it through, though, didn't he?
He did.
And the clock is still running. That's odd.
I'm not sure if that's meant for – it's been going since the PAT. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is something agreed upon by the coaches or what, but it was announced. I don't know. It just stopped. It just stopped right now.
Whoopsie.
So Austin Hill gets the extra point the hard way. You don't get style points. As long as they go through, that's all that matters.
That's all it says in the stat sheet, that it is good.
So I have to tell you a story about a line drive kick. Michael and I were doing a semi-pro game. Guy comes out to kick a field goal. It's a lineman because the kicker doesn't want to kick anymore. The lineman kicks it straight over the line. It goes bounce, 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 and hits the referee standing on the right-hand side of the right in the face.
Hate that. Hate that if you're the ref.
Michael and I couldn't talk for 3 minutes.
That's where you press the mute button and you just start laughing.
Oh, Lordy.
Let the crowd do the work on that one.
You got to love football to play semi-pro.
Oh, man.
Another good kick.
To the 7, up to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. And dives out to the 20-yard line. Got tripped up a little bit. I still laugh about it. I think it was last year or 2 years ago, TJ, you and I did that TAPS state semifinal game.
Oh, yeah.
And they actually called for a measurement. We hadn't seen a measurement in about 2 years. And I made that comment, I hope they remember how to do this.
Yep.
The officials come out, put the chains down, and bump the football with the chain.
Yeah, no, the whole crowd just groaning like, whoa, whoa. And it was definitely a moment that I'll never forget with you in the press box.
That was funny.
In that same game, a guy came out. He was a wide receiver to punt because the punter wasn't there. He kicked it straight up in the air and walked off the field.
Handoff up the middle to the 23-yard line. A couple of yards on the play. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Southwestern in command. They had a bit of a lull to start the second half, but they've kind of regained control here, 44-13.
Yeah, using that safety as basically a shock charge, just trying to get something going. And they were able to put a touchdown on the board on that last drive. So we'll see here how Puget Sound wants to attack this this part of the game.
Teeter stays in the ball game, senior quarterback. Dropping back, swing pass, right side, complete on the edge, and steps out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. Gallagher on the reception.
Gallagher's been one of Teeter's favorite targets tonight, doing a good job of just finding open space really and then fighting through tackles there like we just saw.
He gets up the field quick.
He does. They give him the 26, so 3rd and 5 coming up here for the Loggers. Teeter in the shotgun. Swing pass right side and complete out over the middle of 35 to the 40. And going to be knocked down right at midfield. I don't know how that ball got through. There were a lot of hands between quarterback and receiver there.
Just a quick throw through, perfectly thrown. It's like when you hit a golf ball through the trees and you wonder how that made it through. And right there, a perfectly thrown pass by Teeter. And
but
as you ask it, how did they make it through?
But a couple of missed tackles.
Yeah.
Got to wrap up.
Up to the 45-yard line. Teeter dropping back again. Same pass over the right side. And, boy, that time Gallagher took a shot. He's shaken up. He could see and hear the footsteps coming.
That's one of those throws where you kind of put your wide receiver in a little bit of a tough spot, leading him right into a player like that.
And boy, he kind of pulled the arms back to try to protect himself a little bit. No flag. It was a clean hit.
I think it was also kind of how he got hit. I think
in the area.
Yeah.
Those are the type of routes that made 90s wide receivers famous.
Yeah.
Michael Irvin,
You're right.
Jerry Rice, those kind of guys.
Yep.
Right now.
It also made the Ronnie Lotts of the world famous, too.
The Ed Reeds, the Ray Lewises.
He's setting up. That's good to see. That's not going to feel good tomorrow. I actually thought, I didn't see who was on the coverage. I actually thought he pulled up a little bit.
He did. I want to say that was Reyes that went in and hit, and it did look like he pulled up. He could have went in full speed and knocked his helmet off, but wisely pulled back.
TJ, I know this will date me, but check out some Steve Atwater footage.
Steve Atwater.
He was another one, yeah.
Hey, now, Denver Bronco.
I was trying to guess. I was figuring it was up there, maybe in the West Coast. Couldn't remember.
2nd down and 10. Gallagher able to get up off the field on his own power. That's good to see. And a 2nd down and 10 coming up here from the 45-yard line. Hand off up the middle. And going to be stacked up for a short game, maybe 3 yards on the play. A swarm of black jerseys there. What do they call themselves?
Death Row.
Death Row.
It's something that Coach Carr, he used to coach at Blinn back in his day before he went to Taylor. And the defensive line called themselves Death Row. And it's a homage really to the 90s rap group, the 90s company. Death Row, led by Suge Knight, had Tupac in it, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre. And those guys, they call themselves Death Row because they want to embody that mindset.
They're playing like it right now. Going to bring up a 4th down and 1. Nice route back to the inside. Receiver diving near the first down marker, but he's a yard shy. I would imagine they'll go for it. They've got nothing to lose here.
And unlike Death Row had 4 members. This group has more than 8.
Right.
Which is unheard of for a really great defensive line room. So Coach Carr done a great job of recruiting that position.
Well, we are taking down to the end of quarter number 3.
Throwing up the 4.
44-13, your score here at the end of the 3rd quarter. And we'll kick. We heard from Chuck down there a moment ago. That was an interesting quarter, Chuck. A lot of ebbs and flows and momentum and that kind of thing. What are you hearing down there in the sidelines?
Well, I think the energy picked up after that last touchdown throw by Jacob Smith. Prior to that, it was more of a quiet confidence. The energy level came up significantly after that pass. So we'll see if they maintain it through the 4th.
Yeah, thanks, Chuck. I'm sure that's what Coach wants here, too. You got a nice lead, 44-13, but you got a big opponent coming up next week, and you're trying to build towards conference play. You want to play a complete game of football here.
Yeah, you do, and you want to keep away from injury at this point. So
right.
It's all about just getting out of this 15 minutes unscathed and keeping the lead.
So teams flip sides. Puget Sound going from left to right in Pirate territory at the 46-yard line. (44-13) as the final 15 minutes gets underway. Here we go. Tito with the empty back set. He's got 3 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. Nobody back for Southwestern. Everybody on the line. Dropping back. Swing pass right side. Caught. It's going to be good for the first down up to the 40. Tito 1. They pick up about 6.
And Teeter knew we had to get that one out quickly. There were 6 guys in the D-line for the Pirates, only 5 blockers for him in the empty set. And luckily for him, his receiver wins his route on the inside.
There is Bailey hauling that one in. First down at the Pirate 39. Low snap, goes and gets it. Same pass right side. Caught again to the 25. Down to the 22. Pirates giving up a lot of yards on these kind of short passes. Bailey again.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was Bailey again, just finding the soft spot in the zone coverage and coming down with another possession catch.
They keep running the same formation. Why not? It's working for them.
Well, as much as you would like the guys to be playing the game as if it's 0-0, it is hard to do that out on the field.
It is, yeah. 44-13.
They're bringing some heat this time.
And pass over to the right side. That ball is incomplete. A lot of hand checking, but no flags right in front of the official. And pressure was definitely coming from the backside. Rhino was in there.
6-man front once again against the front 5 of Puget Sound.
Cesar Navarro in there.
To your point earlier, you got 6, they got 5. That's good for us.
That's great for us. We just haven't been able to get there yet. Yeah. But Teeter is feeling the pressure. Had to get that one out a little bit quicker than he probably would have liked.
Yep.
2nd and 10 from the 22-yard line. Taking a long time. Clock isn't moving after the incompletion, so they got plenty of time still on the play clock, down to 10. Low snap. Teeter plucks it off the carpet. Pass, fake pattern, left side of the end zone. That ball is, well, that's going to be pass interference. Oh, I can't believe they didn't throw a flag. I thought there was a shove and knocked the receiver down early.
No, I think what happened was Robinson went out and dove for that one, trying to make a play. And unfortunately for him, it looked like he had it in his hands for a second, but not able to bring it in.
Well, we'll take it. 3rd down and 10 coming up.
I think that was another good play by our defensive backs, just getting their arms and hands in there, trying to create problems once the ball gets there.
4 down territory here for Puget Sound. 3rd down and 10 from the 22. Teeter dropping back again. Same play, left side of the end zone. That ball is.
Well, that's caught.
And there's the indication, touchdown. Fisher took a good long look at it here on the near side. And Puget Sound with a nice touchdown strike and a good drive.
Double covered.
Double coverage, a perfect pass. Once again, Teeter's really showing the accuracy from his arm right now. I mean, 3 touchdowns through the air. Not where they want to be in terms of being on top of the scoreboard, but if you're Puget Sound, you're doing some things that you're going to build upon for the rest of this year.
So on for the extra point is Gogolin. 1 for 2 in that department. Good snap and hold. Kick is up. And it's blocked again. The Pirates have blocked 2 of them today.
So the special teams for the Pirates doing really well so far.
Right.
You've had Lanham pin the offense back deep multiple times within the 2-yard line, and then 2 blocked point after tries that have saved 2 points.
And you know that seems insignificant, but if he makes it, it's a 24-point game. That's a 3-possession game. Now it's a 4-possession game. That 1 point is huge.
Every point matters, and it may seem insignificant at the time, but you tell a football coach that, especially in tight games that you may experience later on. No, every single point matters. That's why they moved the NFL field goal, that point after try, from the 3-yard line back into the 15 now.
Right.
It's a much tougher field goal.
Yeah, that had gotten to be just, routine.
Yeah.
Now they just changed the kickoff rules back to the old way.
Yeah, most football fans, I think, would agree with you on that one, Merle.
Well, and Coach talked about it on his way out at the end of the first half, that their back end is just trying to bend and not break.
Yeah.
Just trying. Those defensive backs, that's why they play so much zone, is to try to help each other out. Kind of like in basketball, you play zone to help out your defense.
Right.
Yep. And Coach Griesel talked about it. They knew they were going to get beat occasionally in the pass defense, but I don't think this much is what he thought.
Yep.
Yeah, the kickoff is going to sail into the end zone. The Pirates will take over. 13:47 left in regulation time. Southwestern up 44-19.
Because, finishing that point, too, quite frankly, Merle, there's a lot of better teams in the SAA that can pass the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Trinity,
Yeah.
Barry, they're very good at airing off the ball. So for the Pirates and their secondary and even at the D-line, got to play a little bit better, have a little bit more energy, I think, throughout this contest.
And just reading it better. Those plays over the middle, your guys got to be breaking on those just a little bit earlier because they're reading the play. They're seeing what's coming at them.
Yeah.
Well, 44-19 Southwestern. Southwestern won last year out on the West Coast, 47-19. So kind of a mirror image here. Jacob Smith stays in the game at quarterback. Straight ahead handoff, and not much running him there. Knocked backwards for a yard or two. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 11 from back at the 24-yard line. Devin Phillips on the carry. They have been really pushing and testing the interior line, challenging the center and the guards to open up those holes.
And the reason they're doing that is because those are all freshmen. Those are all young guys with Matt Diosato's still being out. He's a vocal leader. He's only a sophomore, but he's so vocal that he can carry that offensive line. And so they're really testing those freshmen on the interior, and they're doing all right.
Screen pass over here to the near side, complete to Phillips. Makes the man miss at the 30, stays on his feet to the 35, and dances out of bounds to the 36-yard line. A nice 11-yard pickup. And Devin Phillips out of the backfield. You see what he can do when he gets away.
Yeah, Devin Phillips doing the most out there, getting his first down for his team. Didn't really expect him to get that many yards after catching it, but after contact, did what he had to do to get the extra yardage.
Clock moving, 13 minutes to go. First down and 10 Pirates at their own 36. Two receivers to the right, one to the near side. Longer showing blitz. They drop out of it. Handoff Phillips around the right side. And he is going to be strung out and stacked up for no gain in the play. 2nd down and 10 coming up.
Just nowhere for Phillips to go out there. The Puget Sound defensive line did a really good job that time. They've had it all game where the Southwestern offensive line is sweeping around them, getting there on their blocks and really holding them. And that time, Puget Sound got out in front of it and didn't allow Phillips to break out.
I want to give some love to number 78, Connor Mumaw. He was blocking 30 yards down the field on that previous play.
With a, 26-point lead?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I love it.
2nd down and 10 at the 36-yard line. Handoff up the middle, and a nice run again, this time out to the 43-yard line. That'll be about a 7 or 8-yard pickup for Devin Baylor, the junior out of Houston.
And some counter action there out of the backfield for Southwestern. It's a little different than what you normally see with counter. Typically, you have your guard and tackle pulling. Right there, Southwestern brings the tight end, Jacob Washburn, in. You have your guard pull, and then Washburn pulls around with them. Great job by Deuce following the blocker and getting a little bit of yardage there to make this a little bit more manageable on 3rd down.
Our broadcast partner on Bandicoot Football, Hank Hudson, calls the offensive linemen the hog mollies. No idea where that came from.
At Southwestern, they call themselves the Thickmen.
I like that, too.
I like big uglies.
3rd down and 3 at the 43-yard line. Hand up the middle, and whatever you call him to get the job done is lunging forward was Devin Baylor. Had a nice hole that time. They're going to say the knee touchdown at the 50, 1st down Pirates.
Good drive so far for the Pirates, getting in on the run game and keeping this clock moving.
Yep.
Yeah, great job there of everything moving left. Running back go right, finds his little lane there to make some good yards, get us a 1st down. No reason to rush.
Nope.
Smith has looked much more composed in these last 2 drives.
No, I think you touched on it, Trey. It's just seat time. It's just reps. Getting some of the newness out of it for you. 1st down, 10 at the 50-yard line. They're showing blitz again. They bring pressure from the edge. He's going to take himself away from that pressure. Nice it up to the 45, to the 40, to the 35, down to the 32-yard line. Jacob Smith with a good burst around the right side.
You see the speed that Smith has. He's watching it, waiting for the holes to develop. Once he sees it, runs right through it, and then bursts through with the turbo. Gets a good first down for his team.
That's just natural talent right there to be able to follow those blocks like that. That kind of patience, like what was his name with the Pittsburgh Steelers? Bell.
Yeah,
did a fantastic job of that. Just letting things kind of set up, and then as soon as you hit it.
Le'Veon Bell is a wild pull, Trey.
There
are a lot of running backs you could have said before Le'Veon Bell. But I like it.
I do think that he is most comfortable on his feet there. You can really see it.
We do have an injured Puget.
We do.
Puget Sound player over on the far side. It looks like yet another cramp.
Trey, the comparison works with the black and gold.
Hey.
Ah,
thank you, sir.
Chuck.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I was going to say, Chuck just bailed out Trey there.
Chuck would give us like a Steelers running back from the 70s or something.
So I'm interested, Chuck. I'd like to. So has
Franco Harris.
I knew you had one. Immaculate pick there.
Oh,
Chuck.
Rocky Blyer.
So has Sims been going up to Smith and talking to him about the game out there and helping him calm down?
He has, and the coaches have as well. I think he doesn't really have much nervousness at this point. He seems fully in control.
So after the injury timeout, first down and 10 Pirates at the 33-yard line. Straight ahead, no play action pass, looking. Fires over here to the near side and coming back, diving for the football. Not quite able to get there was Reese Cutter, a sophomore out of Tomball, Concordia Lutheran University. Second down, 10 coming up.
Where is Concordia Lutheran?
It's going to be in Houston.
Really?
Well, you can see confidence he has in that arm. Just a little bit of an overthrow there.
Second down and 10. I think we've got a new crop of receivers in here. Dropping back and run breaks out of the first tackle. Can't get by the second wave. It's going to be tackled for a yard loss is Devin Baylor. But the clock keeps moving. 9:45 and counting.
The fact that he's able to fight through so many tackles right there. I mean, Baylor just keeps his feet churning and tries to get as much as he can every single run. He wants to get his money's worth.
Well, that's what I was talking about, running behind those pads, right? Just keeping yourself moving forward. All the good running backs do it.
Big third down here for Jacob Smith and the Pirates. Third down and 10 from the 33-yard line. Dropping back. Pressure coming from the right side. Fires over the middle of the field and going to be inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. Just couldn't break free. Managed to pick up about 6 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 4th and 4. And I think the offense will stay on the field here.
Yeah, no reason to put the field goal unit out there. Let's try and get the first here. Keep controlling the clock. Keep winding down the clock. And hopefully get out of this one.
Yeah, I don't think you need to learn anything about your kicker.
No. I believe that was Washburn, the big tight end, that hauled that one in.
It was.
Let's see if Smith takes off running here.
4th down and 4. Handoff up the middle is going to be Phillips. He's digging for it. I don't think he's quite going to get there. He's going to be stacked up about 1.5 yards shy. So it will be a turnover on downs. A nice drive for Southwestern. Will stall out here at the 25-yard line with 8:34 to go.
That was a great job there by the defensive tackle, number 61, James Angozia, just getting in there, absorbing the run by Phillips, and bringing him down prior to getting to the sticks.
Look at that bling on number 0, Trey.
I got you. Looking sharp.
What, back in your day, Merle, they didn't have back pads like that?
No.
I was having a conversation with offensive line coach Alex Fahn today, and we were talking about the changes in mouthpieces. Back in the day, mouthpieces were just simply there to protect you. Now it's a style statement.
It's a style thing, that's right.
People treat it like it looks like binkies out there almost.
Dropping back, pass over to the left side. Caught on a dead run to the 40 up to the 45-yard line. And quickly a 20-yard pickup there for Puget Sound, and they're on the moves. They're not giving up in this game yet. 8:20 to go.
They're still they have similar situations on their side. They have people fighting for spots. They have people fighting for playing time. This is the time here where you can earn those spots.
Teeter dropping back. Pass left side and overshot his target. And closing very, very quickly with ill intent in his mind was J.P. Reyes.
Well, those are the throws that Teeter's had a little bit of trouble with, where he's got to get it over someone to get it into his wide receiver. He is much more accurate whenever he's got a nice wide open lane to throw it to.
And Southwestern kind of selling out on the pass here. Three-man front again.
Second down and 10, dropping back. Teeter dancing to his left, in trouble. They get away with a hold, running to the left side, and he's going to step out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Great coverage downfield. Just nowhere to throw the football to. And we got another injured Puget Sound player, one of the linemen up front.
Go down, son.
And they typically always say if you're too hurt to stand up on your own, just go down so you have to waste a timeout for your team with a substitution. Saw that happen last night with Bowie versus Leander Glenn.
Well, and you also want the boys to take care of themselves, you know. It's a tough sport.
Yeah. It's number 71, Michael McDade, the junior from Federal Way, Washington, out of Mount Rainier.
Wow.
A beautiful area
Yeah,
up there, Merle.
nice area.
I've been to the Seattle area twice in my life, and I've enjoyed it every single time. I went whitewater rafting. I mean, I think Texas is the most beautiful state here in this wonderful country, but Washington, they can put a good argument for at least being top 10.
Yeah, I mean, I went out to Seattle one time. Best description I heard of Seattle, it was very, very cool. But the best description I heard from Seattle was it's like being married to a beautiful woman who's sick all the time because of so much rain. That was one of the locals told me. I thought that was pretty well spoken.
Whole time I was there, I couldn't get any sleep. I was sleepless.
So, jeez. Oh, man. This is what happens in a 25-point game in the fourth quarter.
Oh, Lordy.
Third down and 7 from the 48-yard line off the field. Pass the left side. Caught in a dead run to the 35-yard line. Down to the 33. This is something, you touched on it, TJ. Pirates have to clean this up because they're going to be facing some good passing teams.
And we knew coming into this the secondary was going to be a big question and how they performed. And I don't know if it's just taking your foot off the gas pedal, but right now Teeter's doing a good job of picking them apart.
And it's really been that way the entire second half. Pass left side and overshot him there a little bit. I don't think he came down with it. It's going to bring up a second down and 10.
And granted, you do have now the extra defender, too, in the secondary. You're going with the three-man front from that look. So, I mean, you have the extra second defender out there, and it's still not working.
Yeah, it's the cornerbacks, though. That the cornerbacks are just having a tough time. They're getting beat.
Dropping back, Teeter again. Dumps it off underneath and off the fingertips of Tran coming across the field.
That time, a much better job of the guys in the zone trying to at least staying in their areas, reading the people around them. Teeter didn't really see any kind of open lanes to throw the ball to.
Cesar Navarro was in coverage there, the senior out of Millsap. Did a great job of staying with that route the whole way through.
Third down and 10 coming up from the Pirate 33. Long time to get the play off. Now Teeter drops back, looking pass, fake pattern over to the left side, and incomplete off the mark there. Great coverage downfield. And it sets up a fourth down and a chance to get off the field here for the Pirate defense.
And you'll likely see the offense stay out there in this type of situation. You have nothing to lose if you're Puget Sound here.
See if he plays up tight again. Some of the best coverage has come when they've played tight, man to man.
So 4th and 10 from the 33.
Almost got Southwestern to jump there on the top side.
Yeah, he did.
See, when playing this far off right here just gives the wide receiver a lot of advantage in terms of which way they're going to go.
Dropping, looking right. Pass over to the right side. There it is. Got the receiver inside the 20 to the 15, down to the 13-yard line. You can see it develop.
It's a great point there, Trey. You had the two routes and the outside receivers going vertical, but then you have the out route from the inside receiver on the trips look. And you're right. You had so much space to work out there because of how soft the defense was playing, and it allowed the route to develop.
Jameer Martin with the tackle, but not before another first down. They're inside the red zone again, inside of 7 minutes to go. The receivers left, 2 to the near side. Dropping back. Fade pattern, left side of the end zone. That ball is caught. Touchdown. Another perfectly thrown football. Not bad coverage, but the receiver was behind the defender, and the well-thrown football gets it done every time.
One thing I have noticed with these defenders, especially on the outside, Merle, they're not getting their head around.
Yeah.
Right now, they're just running with the defender down the field, kind of just seeing what they're doing, and they're not getting their head around to find the ball at all. And it's, you talk about it all the time when it comes to pass interference calls, but it's just finding the ball in situations like that could pay dividends, without you might not letting the receiver catch that ball.
Yeah, turn around, get your arm up in the air. You never know if the ball's going to hit your hand on the way by.
Exactly.
They're going to go for 2 and pass left side and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that's just that man-to-man coverage.
Never say never, Merle.
That's right.
It's a 17-point game. It's a lot of time left.
Khalil Robinson hauling in that conversion. Well, you better get your hands team ready because I think we know what's coming up here.
Well, the most important part of the body for defensive backs are their hips. Being able to make those turns, be able to go with that. You also need to be able to read really well what the wide receiver's doing.
Yep.
And they're just struggling with that. And when they're having that zone and they're releasing somebody as they come across to the person that's supposed to be over here, that person's not there.
Yeah.
They're reading 2 different things. And so something that film work can really fix.
Yeah.
You really can find those things in film work. Communication out there is also really, really good in those moments. But I think you're right here, Merle. Got to get the hands team out there.
Yep, see a lot of little numbers gathered around the 50-yard stripe.
Yeah, scoot up. Almost gave him a free 5 yards.
So Thomas Golden, the sophomore kicker, is going to either try to drill it off of somebody or get the high hop and run underneath it. Or put it in that big space behind the front line.
Whatever they're doing, it's wiggle your arms to the right and left.
And dribbles it along the ground. It's a live football. Pirates a little slow to react. And the
Did he touch it before it got to 10 yards?
That's what I'm wondering.
I think he did, but
they're not calling it.
Yeah, I don't see a flag. But, yeah, he was kind of running along with the football. They're talking about it here.
So the kicker pulls the old Pat McAfee move that he did against the Texans years back where he just kicks it 10 yards in front of him in the open space and gets it himself. But I don't think that went 10 yards before he touched it.
Pirates are starting to celebrate, but we haven't had an official indication yet.
I'm pretty sure he touched it ahead of time. I'm not sure why a Pirate didn't come up
That's
sooner
what I'm wondering.
and just knock the snot out of him to keep him from getting to the ball.
That is just a big mistake.
Okay. Well, he pointed Pirates' way, and then he just pointed their way. So I think they're going to give it to him. Coach is out beyond the numbers.
The kicking team recovered the ball legally. It is first down.
Boy, that's a very questionable call. And Coach Kriesel.
I wonder if they're going to say that defender or the return man that did come in touched it and that counts in their mind. I don't know, but
I think by saying they recovered it legally, I think they're saying they recovered it at 10 yards.
That is a bang-bang play there that goes against the Pirates, and we've talked about it. There seems to be a little lull right now, taking your foot off the pedal, and because of that, now your defense has to go back out there and make a crucial stop.
So 6:47 to go. Let's reset it. 17-point edge, but they've knifed through butter through this Pirate defense. That ball tipped up in the air and almost intercepted.
That's what
nice
you
play
want
there
from
by
your
Cam
safety.
Roberson, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was, and he went out there and made a play. He saw the quarterback's eyes, and he immediately started going that way. That would have been a huge play for Puget Sound had he not went over there and tipped it.
Now the DB got beat. The DB got beat if he's not over there to help out.
Yeah, he's been doing that all day long, dropping back. See the pump fake. Now fires over to the right side, complete, wide open over the middle of the field to the 35. And digging for more, Pirates digging for the football, but it's going to be a nice pickup down to the Southwestern 33.
Just beating the coverage on the inside. Puget Sound has done a great job of it, but it looks like now a Pirate player is down with some cramps.
If you're a Pirate fan, you're starting to get just a little bit nervous here.
Well, it's also, though, a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity for this defense and the coaching staff to try to come up with something just to try to get Teeter uncomfortable. because right now he is in full rhythm.
Yeah.
Full rhythm.
And he's been in like that for the past 3-4 drives.
Yep.
It's
I think you got to go at him and bring some heat, bring some, just try to disrupt him a little bit. Even if he beats you, just try something a little bit different.
Yeah. I think this Pirate squad right now needs to lean on their leaders. They're a little unfocused, I think, from both sides of the ball, even in special teams. And right now it's just not how you wanted to end this game if you're a Pirate.
Cam Robeson, the injured player. Hey, Chuck, did you have a good look at the onside kick? What did you see? What did you hear?
From my angle, it looked like he touched it just prior to it going 10 yards. I could not hear the discussion from the referees. Obviously, the Southwestern coaching staff displeased with the call. Again, I think it was his foot. I think it was his right foot, touched it right before it crossed that line. And I agree with Trey. I don't understand how your hands unit doesn't come up and recover that before the kicker even gets 10 yards.
But the call stands, and Puget Sound on the move. First down 10 at the 33-yard line. Roberson able to get off the field after the cramps. Dropping back, looking. Fires over here to the right side. That ball is jump ball. May have been intercepted. Incomplete. Came away at the last second. But a great job getting inside the receiver.
How is that not a pick? He came up with the ball, and he landed on his back.
He thought he had it.
He caught it.
He literally dropped the ball after he had already gotten up and celebrated.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Jackson Bowden, the sophomore out of Frisco Lone Star, on the coverage, doesn't get credit for the pickoff, and a second down and 10. We see some weird calls here in this football game.
Oh, and he was right in front of it, that ref was.
Yeah. Dropping back, swing pass left side, complete to the 27, inside the 25, down to the 23. That'll be good for a first down.
Oh, my goodness. And now you have to get back in this game for the Pirates defensively with your mindset. You thought maybe you got bailed out with the pick, but no, now you got to make a stop.
First down at the 23-yard line. Teeter, swing pass right side, and caught but dropped immediately back to the 20-yard line. Gain of about 3 or 4 yards.
Still leaning on these quick routes is Teeter, and it's working for him. So many completions have come just off of these quick 2-second throws out of the pocket.
Jameer Martin with the stop immediately. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 from the 20.
I'd rather see that than these catches over the middle.
Yeah. Two receivers left, two to the near side. Pump fake, looking. Fade pattern, left side of the end zone. That ball is well overthrown and out of bounds. Going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Good coverage that time.
Yeah, right there. And it was good coverage because he was turned around looking at the quarterback the whole way. He saw the stop and go route. He wasn't going to be fooled by that there on the top side and made a great play in coverage.
That's what I was saying earlier. You got to have those hips. You got to be able to backpedal and swivel those hips as soon as you figure out which way the wide receiver's going.
3rd and 7 from the 20. Low snap. That's a live football. He picks it up, rolls to his right, back to his left. Now he's got some running and Pirates lose contain. Fires over the left side. That is going to be caught for a touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
Shades, flashbacks of the two conversion attempts last week off busted plays.
A low fumbled snap that you thought was going to be a gift for the Pirates once more. But doing everything he can in the pocket as Teeter scrambling out as someone's down there on the top-hand side.
Yeah, it was in their celebration.
There was a missed holding call, too.
Oh, yeah.
Against Williams-Jack.
So I think the young man got hurt on the celebration.
Yeah, because they were all up there jumping around. That's why they say celebrate on the ground. But, oh, my goodness, this Pirate squad breaking down in front of us right now.
5:19 left.
Well, I will give Teeter a little bit of credit there. That was some really great running, keeping his head up, looking downfield, and a great job by the wide receiver reacting to it and just getting in open space for his quarterback.
Scramble drill.
Backyard football there.
Yeah, that's all it is. Once you see your quarterback in trouble, you keep moving, you find the open space, and try and make something happen. You saw Notre Dame do that in week 1 against Miami very well, got their quarterback multiple touchdowns, and there Teeter finds himself with 1, too.
It was Khalil Robinson, I believe, hauled that one in. He's the injured player over there in the far sideline. But, boy, you go back to the interception that wasn't The onside kick that should have been Pirates football. There's been some weird plays on this drive alone.
A lot of ifs in this game, Merle. And
yeah.
Unfortunately, it seems they've all gone against the Pirates.
Well, it's always the coach in me always sees that as an opportunity. When you're having those things go against you, that's how you kind of find out what kind of team you are.
And
it's early in the season.
They're going for 2 here. Why are they going for 2?
Because it would just be a 10-point game if you kick the extra point.
Yeah. So Teeter in the shotgun. Receiver coming in motion. Now goes back the other way. Dropping back. Fake pattern. Left side. That is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion.
That's a perfect throw.
44-35. Now it's a 9-point game with 5:19 to go.
It's getting dicey out here, Merle. Never say never. We said it before. And after less than a minute, this Loggers put a TD on the board. Got to be ready. I mean,
well, I guarantee they won't sit back on this onside kick.
No, bring everyone
if
forward
they even
at this
onside
point.
kick. Now you're back within 2 possessions with 5.5, to go with 3 timeouts.
Oh, I think you onside kick it. I think you
with,
onside.
With the way momentum is, I think 100% you're onside right now.
My question is, do the Pirates come out with Jackson Sims or back with Jacob Smith?
I was just about to ask that question.
Because Jackson Sims has been on the bench this entire second half.
Yeah.
Not being warm.
Was he stretching at all or anything, Chuck, down there? Did you notice anything?
I haven't noticed, no.
No, it's Smith. He's got his helmet on. He's up there by Coach. If it's me, I bring in my starting quarterback. Bring in somebody who's going to bring a little bit of stability to everything.
Onside kick attempt coming. He drills it along the ground again, and this time the Pirates get on it, and they're going to return it inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Still running all the way down to the 31-yard line.
And a great job there. They were waiting for it to go 10 yards, just picking that one up and not allowing that to happen.
Yeah, I think that was Jacob Washburn, the big tight end, that reached down and picked it up. But again, TJ, they waited. Somebody needs to tell them, you don't have to wait.
You don't have to wait, and you can go knock out the guy that's waiting for the ball.
That's what I'm
like. You can do so many things instead of just waiting for the ball.
Right.
But
Hey
luckily,
guys,
he got it.
Report on Jackson Sims. He doesn't have his shoulder pads on. That's why I couldn't see if he was stretching or not. He has I guess a kind of a temporary cast on his left wrist.
Oh, boy, hate to see that. I didn't even see him get shaken up.
Wow. Sideline reporting. There you go, Chuck.
Atta boy.
All right, so the Pirates come up with it. Thank goodness. 5:14 to go. You got it at the 31-yard line. Got to choose some clock, get points out of this drive. Straight ahead handoff. Inside the 30, the 25. Breaks the tackle, 20, 15, 10, 5. That'll get it done. Tyson Williams says, I've had enough of this.
I love when the announcer's jinx works in our favor. There,
exactly.
Merle. A perfectly called play by you. You said we needed points, so Tyson Williams says, well, here you go, Merle. I'm a giving man. I'll get you some points right here. A simple zone play right up the middle that Williams says, I'm going to use my speed once more, get you past everyone else, and get you some points on the board. Pirates strike quickly now. They got a 50-piece on the board, looking to make it 51.
I think that was a great block on the outside. Was that Blake Garcia,
that
wide
was Blake
receiver?
Garcia, the wide receiver out of Rockport.
Really great block.
Stayed on his guy the whole way.
Chase Lanham on for the extra point. Good snap and hold. Kick is up. And drills it.
Wow. Went over the building.
Yeah, went over the building.
And Garcia hasn't made a catch all day, Trey, but he's done so well blocking. He's made such a big impact, and probably the biggest block of the night right there.
So 5:03 left. You got it back up to a 16-point edge. And now your defense has got to come up with a stop here.
I just didn't want to give the extra 2 points.
Yeah, I was trying to do math. I was like, look in front. Huh?
51-35. This has been an interesting football game. Long football game coming up on the 3-hour mark.
Yeah,
I guess that happens when you got 86 points scored.
No kidding.
Yeah, Dalton pointed out a while ago that I forgot to put the 2 points up for our guys at one point. So I'm just getting a little bit into the game. I'm getting too much. I got to do my job, guys. Dalton's got my back. You've got my back. Appreciate it. So, yeah, the defense got to come out here and try to establish themselves, try to get some good stuff on film.
And Lanham kicks that one over to the far side, back down into the corner, and it bounces. Did it get in the end zone? Fielded at the goal line. That was a mistake, and upended at the 5-yard line. That was a big mistake right there.
Talk about a dumb move. You let that bounce right in front of you, it's going to bounce in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
He thought it was going to go out of bounds.
He did think it was going to go out of bounds.
Because of the angle, he thought it was going to go out of bounds, and just a really fortunate bounce for us, for sure.
And, on the other side of the equation, if he lets it bounce again, it might bounce back into play, and the Pirates are live football. So I get why he fielded it, but, man.
Yeah, and that bang, he's panicking.
Yeah.
He's a young man. He's, 6, 17 out there. He's panic a little bit.
So they're pinned down again inside their own 10-yard line, the 6 to be precise. This is the third time they've started a drive.
And we know what they're going to do. It's the same
yeah.
thing they've done every single time they've been inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah. They don't change. Dropping back.
Deep
Tito
drop.
dumps it off underneath again. Same result, and spins out to the 15-yard line. Good for an 8-yard pickup. 2nd down and 1 coming up. That was Dre Dukes, the running back, hauling that one in. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1.
And you'll give him that all day.
Yep.
Just let him have those inside routes.
Dropping back again. Pass over to the right side, complete to Dukes.
Nope.
And incomplete, and out of the hands. That'll stop the clock with 4:34 to go. 3rd down and 1 coming up.
And I think that was actually tipped
yeah,
at
the
the line
official
of
kinda
scrimmage
did the
by
tip.
Chooks. Did a good job getting his hand in there, affecting that pass.
Caleb Harmon on the coverage, along with I lost my defense there. Gilbert Anderson. 3rd down and 1 coming up. Teeter, swing pass left side, complete to the 15, turns it up, picks up the 1st down, up to the 20, and knocked down to the 21-yard line. But the clock will keep moving. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. 4:24 to go. They have got all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute timeout.
It sure was close to a block in the back over there.
Yeah, very close on that far side.
Pirates substituting in some fresh legs here. 4:10 to go. 1st down from the 22.
Oh, you got to get off the field. They had a miscommunication on the subs.
Yep. No flag, though. Pass over to the middle of the field and caught. Big stick there at the 25-yard line. Did the Pirates get away with one, or was there 12 guys on the field? There's a flag. Okay, I see it out the 44.
I thought maybe he was just confused himself, but it looks like this far side. Well, actually, look, there's 3 flags.
Maybe they're all the same flags.
You could hear the Southwestern coach next doors. They were not pleased.
Yeah, so they'll take the 5 yards and the 1st down instead of 2nd and 7. It'll be 1st and 5. 4:01 to go in regulation time. Can't believe I'm having to say regulation time. Pirates had a 25-point lead at one point. Pump fake pass. No, he's going to run to his left, buy some time, and fires complete again at the 41-yard line. They pick up about 15 yards on the play. 1st down, Loggers.
And Teeter, again, using his legs to find open space and find his open man. And credit to the receivers. They're doing a good job of getting open on the scramble as another Logger is down.
You know what this comes down to, though? Trey, you've been talking about it all day. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
The Pirates are not getting to him. He's got time to run around, and eventually the defense, the backs are going to lose their coverage.
Yeah, and at halftime I was talking over there with some of the higher-ups at the Southwestern front office, and athletic director Ken Ralph asked me, hey, what's going on with the pressure? I'm like, it's not there right now. It's just 4 guys in the defensive line going forward, and to Trey's point, it's just been like that all day.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for the Pirates, it's not working right now.
It also feels like they kind of went into prevent.
Yeah.
It's kind of early, even though there have been times where they've done 6 guys or so up on the line. They have not done that in quite a while, though.
Yeah.
They've just been running 3, just trying to keep everybody in front of them. I mean, they do have a 2-score lead, but, man, I just always feel like in football you just got to stay aggressive because that's what the kids need.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
They got to feel that aggressiveness.
So 1st down and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Trips here in the triangle for the Loggers. Dropping back Teeter. Flush rolls to his right. Dumps it off underneath. Complete to the 48 and across midfield. Out of bounds to the 49-yard line. Close to a late hit.
Not called, luckily. That would have been huge against the Pirates.
86 on the reception. That's the wide receiver Ethan Roeder hauling that one in. escorted out of bounds by Gilbert Anderson. 8-yard pickup, 2nd and 2. Dropping back again. Dumps it off underneath again. It's same play over and over again. Quarterback drops back. Guys crossing underneath the pressure. It's a 7, 8, 9, 10-yard pickup.
Well, that time they actually had one of their wide receivers was actually up past the line of scrimmage. Ref's got to call that.
First down at the 40-yard line. Pump fake. Swings it over to the left side, complete to the 35, and dives, breaks a tackle, and gets it down to the 31-yard line.
Hopefully not a first down. All right, good.
Yeah.
Clock runs.
You got to get out of bounds there if you're that receiver
That's
on the
right.
top end side.
8-yard pickup, 2nd down and 2. 3 minutes to go. Dropping back. Pass right side, complete over the middle of the field, inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. They're just picking them apart.
Well, that was a beautiful throw. He threw that in between 3 guys.
And we got a Pirate shaking up on the play now. We went through 3+ quarters with nobody getting hurt and cramps. So I'm about to cramp up here.
Yeah, it's getting hot out there on the field, no doubt. I mean, both of these teams have gone pedal to the metal the whole time, and the Loggers still trying to make this one close.
Yeah.
Well, and this gentleman had cramps just a few plays back, so I'm sure he tried to get back out there to help his team. But again, just Teeter is just way, way too comfortable.
Yeah.
And only a 3-man front for the Southwestern the past 3 plays. I mean, they're just not getting any type of push on this offensive line. The wide receivers are finding the open spots on the field in this zone coverage. And it's just, why stop it if they haven't been able? Why stop running it if they can't stop it defensively?
Right.
Yeah, it just feels like they need somebody, some kind of blitz, something to try to make him just a tad bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right now, those crossing routes take time,
Yeah.
right? They take time to happen. And if you could just try to speed him up a little bit. Throws like that, though, if he's, that's a great throw right there. But you still got to try to put some pressure on him. Right now, I just feel like they're just trying to wait out the game, just trying to wait it out and hope that but believe that they're going to be on the winning side of it.
Jameer Martin, the injured Pirate, getting up now, walking off the field gingerly under his own power. 1st and 10 from the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2:47 to go in a 16-point ball game. Now they're going to wind the clock. So trips wide left, one to the near side. Teeter in the shotgun. Dropping back. Quick pass, right side, juggled and dropped. Or that would have been a touchdown. He had it at the 5-yard line. He was behind the defense. Incomplete. Okay, we are back. Sorry about that. Our internet just completely dropped off the face of the earth for a second. So.
And nothing bad happened.
Nothing bad happened. 1:51 left.
You know how many texts I received just in the past 2 minutes about the stream and the audio being down? Too many. Didn't think we were that popular up here, Merle.
So it is a 3rd down and goal from the 10. That's 1:51 left. Pirates still have a 51-35 lead. Yeah, the internet just completely dropped off the table there for a second. Dropping back. Teeter looking. In trouble. Rolling to his right. Still looking. Cutting it back up. Fires to the backside of the end zone. Got a receiver, but overshot him. He was wide open. The Pirates lost contain. Got away with one. 1:47 to go.
They always say don't throw against the grain if you're a quarterback, but Teeter just trying to do anything possible to get his team a touchdown. Moving to his left, moving to his right. You thought maybe the pressure for Southwestern was finally going to get there. But Teeter able to at least put one up, throw a prayer up, and now a huge 4th down play incoming.
So here we go. 4th down and goal from the 9. 1:47 left. Teeter in the shotgun. Dropping back. Pump fake. Fade pattern. Back corner of the end zone. Caught but out of bounds. You talk bend but don't break with 1:41 to go.
And what a play by the cornerback there on the top side. I think that was DJ James. They've been trying to attack him all game, but James has been up for the challenge right there. Sees the quarterback Teeter throwing it out with the out route and pushes the receiver out of bounds, saving his team another touchdown and putting the Pirates offense back out there with 1:41 left. Puget Sound does have all 3 timeouts left, though.
They do. Whew, I'm glad nothing bad happened there.
Yeah, that would have been something.
Well, I'm glad nothing bad happened, and it didn't happen while we had lost the stream.
Right.
Bring everybody back to a touchdown would have just sucked.
Yes, it would have.
And that would have been Merle having to break that bad news.
101 seconds left in this one. Pirates take over on downs at the 9-yard line. They bend but don't break. Hang on to the football, fellas. Hand off to Phillips. Nice spin move, and he wisely slides down at the 13-yard line. You don't want to spin and get knocked around and have the ball come popped out of there.
Yeah, and that was actually number 2, Tyson Williams.
Tyson Williams, pardon me, yeah.
The shifty Williams using his feet, just getting out, avoiding tackles, getting a positive gain there. Puget Sound does take the timeout. I don't think only 2 seconds ran off the clock there.
Yes, that's a long 2 seconds.
Goodness gracious.
I'm positive. You don't think? I am positive more than 2 seconds off the clock.
I guess that makes up for the fact that the clock was running when the Pirates were comfortably ahead by 25 points earlier.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what's going on over there in the other rooms?
And this is a gray hair game for the coaching staff.
Oh, geez, okay. I don't know how to do that. Second down and 7 from the 14-yard line.
That was a little production meeting.
Second down, 7 from the 14.
Ball security is huge here.
Yes, it is. Jacob Smith. And a lot of movement up front.
What in the world?
Whole O-line move, but the freshman center stayed put. And that's going to move the Pirates back 5.
False start. Southwestern.
And I'm not sure if we need another link to get a hold of Chuck down to the sidelines after that, or let me see if I can find out here.
I'm pretty sure that was not a false start because the center didn't start.
Yeah, they just said the entire offensive line.
Second down and 11 from the 9-yard line. And straight ahead handoff up to the 10. And Puget Sound going to call a timeout here with 1:34 to go. Bailey Middleton texted in, said, sending in cheers for Pirate football. Thank you, Bailey, former SID here at Southwestern.
Is that the only text he sent today?
It's the only one I got.
Shout out Bailey.
I can't believe only 7 seconds have gone off the clock.
Yeah, it's definitely a little questionable on that timepiece, but for Southwestern's sake, I mean, you know, like this was what you came to do today. Run the ball down the throat of the defense, and this is the drive to do it, obviously. And you had a great first down play. The penalty moves you back 5. Don't think they're going to try and air this one out and surprise the Puget Sound defense, but we will see. 3rd and 9 incoming.
Ball spotted at the 11-yard line. 1:37 to go.
I'd put it in Smith's legs. Run that sweep.
Long snap count. Gets it off. Rolling to his left. Cutting it back up to the 10. Stays in bounds. That's the main thing. Out across the 16. Rugby scrum. But it's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going to call timeout. So Puget Sound will get the football back.
There's that sweep you wanted, Trey. I mean, it was a good play call. Just well defended there by Puget Sound on the outside. Another 3 and out here in this second half. Not how you wanted to end it offensively. But once again, 2 weeks in a row, putting it on the back of your defense, trying to win this game and end it for your team.
So 4th down coming up, 1:29 left. Trey, can you get that down to Chuck? I think soon just send us a new link because he's no longer in our chat. He can't hear us and we can't hear him.
Sure, after I break my phone.
Well, the wheels fell off the Pirate defense here down the stretch, and we're trying to regroup after the stream drop for no good reason whatsoever.
First home game for everyone.
That's right. If this game would have ended at the 2 hours and 55-minute mark instead of the 3 hours and 20 minutes mark, none of this would have ever happened. Nobody would have ever known.
Exactly. It would have just been lore for everyone else one day. Everyone else in the Vype network.
So 4th down and 5. The punting it is on, and boy, Lanham has been launching him all day long. He needs to get another good one here.
And you'd love for him to really put his leg into this one.
Good snap back. Lower kick, end over end. It's going to take a high bounce. It's going to get the job done back to the 37-yard line. Good coverage, but he breaks free. Reverses field to the 40 and knocked down there. Good job by the Pirates. There were 4 or 5 Southwestern players. He kept trying to dance around and get somewhere, but couldn't quite get it done.
Yeah, Dukes is a good returner. He's returned kicks all day and returned punts all day, and that time there tried to do something with his legs, but a good swarm by the Pirates return or kickoff punt team and not able to let him get free.
15, Red Dukes on the
Give a shout out to former Pirate head coach Joe Austin, tuned into the broadcast. He was one of the ones that let us know that he couldn't hear anything anymore.
Just shows how much he still cares about this program that he helped build up. Still watching on a Saturday night, late at night. The Pirates, the same team he built.
Dropping back, Teeter dumps it off underneath, complete to the 40, and steps out of bounds.
That's fine right there. We'll take those little out routes. Only for a couple yards, stops the clock, but you will take that all day if you're Southwestern. Nothing behind you.
Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 from the 41-yard line. Dropping back. 2nd down and 8 from the 41. 1:13 left to go. Teeter in the shotgun. Dropping back again, looking, pump fake. And he's going to be flushed from the pocket, drug down from behind. Great pursuit. And the Pirate player injured on the play and trying to get a good look. I think that's 32. No, it's 92 on the stop for Southwestern.
Maybe the first sack of the game for the Pirates defensive line.
3rd down and 2. Pass over the middle of the field. Caught wide open to the 45. They bail him out to the 41. Stop the clock to move the chains with 46 seconds to go.
These post routes to the inside are killing these linebackers from Southwestern. Just nothing going for them. Not able to stop it. And Puget Sound still picking on them.
Dropping back again. Teeter looking, pass, left side. Dumped off underneath to the 35 and to the 30 and manages to get out of bounds.
Could have swore that was a block in the back on the top of your screen, but nothing called. Able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. 34 seconds left, and there is a player down for the Pirates.
There is Bailey on the reception. 34 seconds left.
And I do believe we do have connection back to Chuck.
All righty. Yep, he's giving us a thumbs up. So apparently, with all the paperwork and all that kind of stuff, somehow the hotspot became unplugged, Trey.
Ooh,
That's why it disappeared.
Wow.
That's why we dropped. Fortunately, we had the Verizon as a backup, so.
Thank you, football gods.
Again, this game had been 2 hours and 45 minutes. We would have been fine.
No one would have known.
No one would have known.
Things happen up here, too. We just got to adapt and adjust.
One of these days, I'm going to take a picture of what it actually looks like up here. That looks like somebody set off a bomb in somebody's living room. There's papers everywhere and wires and cables.
Well, it's like what Dalton said at the beginning of the broadcast. He's done high school games, but he's never done a college game until today. He's like, wow, just a lot different in terms of everything that's set up and what y'all are doing up here. But by the end of these games, it's typically chaos up here.
It is entropy in action. There's another Pirate player down. The first one was helped off the field. I see another one down there at the 23-yard line. And I don't know about you. I know that they are, 31 yards away. I know there's only 34 seconds left. I know they need 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions. I'm not comfortable.
I've seen crazier things happen, Merle. I don't. It's not over until there are 2 zeros on that clock.
That's right.
I watched a Miami team 2 years ago lose to Georgia Tech.
Another cramp.
When they could have knelt the ball out. So I've seen some crazy finishes in college football, just in my short lifetime. I'm sure you and Chuck have seen way more. But
what are you saying, TJ?
Y'all are well-seasoned football fans.
Well, back when they were playing with the leather helmets and stuff.
No face mask.
A lot of stuff was going on back then.
Cam Roberson was the second injured Pirate player. He's been battling cramps.
That's someone the Pirates need out there. He's one of their best defenders.
1st and 10 from the 30. 34 seconds left. Trips here to the near side. Teeter dropping back. Now he's got to step up through the pressure. He's got some running room. He's going to scamper out of bounds to the 27-yard line. That took about 7 seconds. 2nd down and 7. That's almost irrelevant. There's 28 seconds left. Right now, the clock is the Pirates' best friend.
That's a great job by Teeter, just making a quick decision. No one open. Just use your legs, get some positive yards, get out of bounds. But to your point, Merle, 28 seconds left. Clock is the Pirates' friend as it keeps ticking down.
You know, interesting. Last week, that I think the defensive line ran some stunts. Have not seen much of that tonight.
2nd down and 7. Teeter dropping back. Good protection again. Fade pattern over here to the right side. That is a caught but out of bounds. But caught. I mean, it was that close. At about the 1-yard line. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and 7.
The fact that he caught that
I know.
with all that
double
great
coverage.
Yeah, that was amazing to bring that down.
So 3rd down and 7 coming up.
Yeah, I think some of this is obviously on the Pirates' defense, but Teeter's he's impressive.
Senior quarterback showing the experience there. 3rd down and 7 from the 27-yard line. 22 seconds left. Low snap, drops back, stepping up. Flush from the pocket. Got some running room now to the 15 and slide down. Oh, that's going
to be a penalty.
There's a flag. It's going to make half the distance and another flag. It's Timper's flare. Teeter scrambled, slides down, and the Pirate came in on the backside and hit him.
That's just so hard because he looked like he was launching to try to make the tackle before he even started sliding.
Yeah. But I'm curious to see what the second flag was.
Maybe a retaliation here.
Yeah, which could, it looks like they're marking it off against Southwestern anyway. So maybe just a.
After the play, personal foul, made hit on the quarterback by 0. Half the distance, it's a 1st down.
So half the distance puts it to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal with 16 seconds left. The flag's still down in the field.
They tried to throw it to the ref, but he didn't put it in his pocket.
I think it would give the Pirates a boost if they could keep them out of the end zone in these final 16 seconds.
I think you're right. Having to hang on for dear life here. Teeter in the shotgun. You kind of feel like one stop would bleed off enough time to prevent a comeback. Teeter dropping back. Fade pattern, right side. That's overshot. Oh, boy, he almost tipped it to himself, but it falls incomplete. That was almost a great one-handed catch by Darius Bailey, who's been making them all day. That took off 4 seconds, 4 precious seconds. 2nd down and goal from the 7.
And so you think about it, you're going to get about 3 to 4 seconds off each play no matter what. So for the Pirates, this is truly a bend-don't-break situation. Keep defending hard and keep this clock running with each snap.
Dropping back again. Same play, right side, jump ball in the end zone. That could have been an offensive push-off. They would call him a touchdown.
And that's frustrating because the play before that, they could have also called offensive pass interference.
Bailey's going to get credit with the catch, but he literally just pushed the defender down.
And that's another unfortunate break for the Pirates, who have just been battling all day trying to make something happen. And now it comes down to the 2-point conversion to keep it within a 1-possession score.
So it's 51-41.
This is the game.
Got to get the 2-point conversion here.
I mean, it's pretty much the game already, but you're talking about an onside kick and maybe one throw to the end zone.
51-41, rolling right. Teeter dumps it off right side and dives into the corner of the end zone. We still got a ball game with 8 seconds left.
Same 2-point conversion play they ran on their last touchdown this time just on the bottom side of the screen.
Ethan Roeder hauling it in. So 8 seconds left, 8-point game. They've got to recover the onside kick, score on one throw, and get a 2-point conversion.
I've seen crazier things happen, Merle, and I'm not going to hold my breath right now. We need to recover this onside kick.
Yep.
Yeah, I would venture to say that maybe even a timeout once you see what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got one.
Wouldn't be bad.
You got 2 to
Just
burn.
make sure that your guys are 100% understanding what they need to do.
Yeah, just put one guy back. You don't need to have too many people out there. I mean, it's going to be an onside kick right now.
And again, he's kicking it straight up the middle. Not sure why we've got one guy in the center.
Yeah.
Maybe move one of the guys here on the left, the bottom side of your screen to the middle.
If he starts running straight at it, you got to have some guys going toward the center.
With the onside kick
right.
coming, 8 seconds left.
Here we go.
And over to the left side, it's a live football and a
Oh,
good
what a
hands. Man, that
catch.
thing.
Gosh.
That was a perfect
Wow.
kick. Yeah, you can see the kicker down here. That was perfect.
Yes. Who was that?
Perfect.
That 15 or 16 made that leaping catch.
Onside kick recovered by number 18.
18.
18. Graydon Thompson.
Yep.
That figures. One of your taller players, and he just kind of stretched out.
Looked like Mr. Fantastic out there going to get that one. But luckily, Pirates recover. They'll knee this one to end this game, and we'll go home with a victory, but
Tired.
a lot to work on.
Oh,
Merle.
man. They're not going to feel nearly as good about this one as they would have felt
Out of the first half.
out of the first half, yeah.
35-6, and it was a nail-biter, 51-43.
That means they got outscored 27-16, and it felt worse.
And it's not how you wanted to end this game going into a rivalry week in week 3.
So there is your knee, and the Pirates hang on. 51-43 on a long evening here. Southwestern gets the win to improve to 2-0 on the season. Puget Sound drops to 0-2. But boy, oh boy, tip of the cap to Puget Sound. They got hammered last week. We're way down to this one. They did not give up on this football game. They battled back and made it much too close for comfort.
Teeter,
that's right. I'm almost scared to look at his stats.
The Southwestern University Police Department reminds you to buckle your seatbelt on your way home this evening. Once again,
Yeah, we'll get him.
He's going to have a lot of passing yards.
Yes,
there.
he is. He's going to need an ice bath, that's for sure.
Unfortunately for him, he's got to fly Southwest tomorrow.
All right, Chuck is caught up with head coach Bill Creaslow down on the sideline. And Chuck, take it away. Should be an interesting conversation.
Well, Coach, I've already been prescribed hypertension medication, so I don't need any more extra stress. But your Pirates able to hang on here. Yeah. You're at 2-0 now. Tell us your thoughts on the second half.
Well, we came out and we just didn't play very good pass defense. We started to get flustered a little bit, and we just made some critical errors. We got to do a better job coaching them. We got to get them in better spots against the pass defense. Give credit to Puget Sound where credit is due. Their best unit is their receivers, and their receivers made play after play after play. But we just didn't do very well in our zones. And we tried to challenge them a little bit in some tighter coverage, and that didn't really work either. You guys saw the game. So we got to do a better job in our pass defense, and we'll continue to work on that. But, hey, I tell you what, we're 2-0. You never apologize for winning. We played a great first half, gave us the lead that we needed. We hung on to win, and we're going to put our players in better positions to be successful defensively, and I'll take that. That's my deal. And I'll make sure we get them on a better situation to be successful in the pass game.
So offensively, Coach, you got to see Jacob Smith play quarterback the entire second half. So is Jackson hurt?
Yeah. I mean, Jackson hurt his hand, so we'll see. We'll see what. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious. But like I said, we figured we had a pretty good lead. And he's got his hands hurt pretty bad, so we want to make sure to see what happens. But we'll just have to see what happens there for the game. Probably got to get an X-ray on that hand and see what happens.
Well, and what do you think of the performance of your backups?
Yeah, he's fine. I mean, Jacob's a really good football player. So we feel great about him. Like I said, they were 1-2 going into into camp and everything else, and they were battling it out. Jacob's a little bit different animal when we play quarterback, so we'll put a better game plan for him too, so he can be successful. And we have no problem starting Jacob next week if we need to.
So you'll be coming with maybe 2 game plans.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll just have to see, and that's the way it goes. But we should be able to execute our offense. But the big thing here is more on me, and we got to do a better job in our pass defense.
Well, congratulations, Coach.
Thank
Good
you.
luck next week.
Appreciate it.
All right,
There
Chuck.
you have it, Merle.
Yeah, I like what he said there. Never apologize for a win. It wasn't pretty down the
That's
stretch,
right.
but they hung on and got it done.
Yeah, my favorite thing he said is that's on me. That's leadership. That's and it's true. And setting your kids up for success. Got to put them in better positions. The kids then got to go out there and execute that. But I do like seeing that from my coach.
Well, and schematically, defensively, we talked about it entirely in the second half. They probably should have made some adjustment to get some pressure on that quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but I mean, like TJ was saying, what was happening wasn't working. So if you try an adjustment like that and it doesn't work, it's still not working. But it may have worked. But it's easy for us to say here. It would have been nice to see what would have happened, just to see if it would have worked out any differently.
Well, and you don't make just a random adjustment unless you've prepared for that particular adjustment, and that's a consideration as well. And I think that's what Coach Priestley means by having them better prepared in the coming week.
I also do think I do want to point out that Murrow wants this game final so badly. He did point out to me that I had not marked it final yet, so because we definitely want it final. But I do think also finding out that he was injured. That probably affected the psyche of the team a little bit. Sure. Even though Jacob came out, did fine, did good in first 2 or 3 drives, maybe not so much, but after that. But I would imagine that kind of messed with the psyche of the team.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well, here's some quick.
Well, and
go ahead.
I'm no doctor, but he had a temporary cast, one of the whatever you call it, with the Velcro on his wrist, but he was stretching it. When I asked him, I said, "Is it a sprain?" He said, "We don't know." So it's just up in the air how severe the injury is. But he didn't seem to be wincing too hard when he was pushing back on his hand. I think it's again, I'm no medical degree here, but I'm guessing he's probably going to be okay.
You probably have stayed at a Holiday Inn though, so.
I have, just not recently.
All right, Chuck, thank you very much. Some quick stats here for you. We'll give you the good news first. Pirates rushing, 237 rushing yards. Held them to 109 rushing yards. That's great. Pirate passing, 212, not bad. Here's where it gets insane. Southwestern, 65 plays, 449 total yards of offense. For Puget Sound, I had to double check. 52 out of 87 passing for 669 yards.
Yeah, that's
and we won.
Teeter.
And we won.
Shout out Teeter. That is unheard of almost at this level, especially when they come out not on top.
Yeah, 560 passing yards for them, 669 total yards, and the Pirates still got the W.
Wow.
Teeter. He was impressive tonight. Really, truly.
They don't check the scores when you look at the wins and losses at the end of the year. So Pirates 2-0, and that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, it's been a long day. Let's go ahead and get out of here. I mean, we are going up on, almost over 3.5 hours here.
Wow.
So, Trey, final thoughts?
You don't win and lose. You win and learn. And there's a lot to learn here, even though you had a win. And I would also venture to say from the other side, a lot of learning that they have to do over there on their side of the field. One thing they've learned is they've got themselves a quarterback and sling it around if he gets the time to do so. So kudos to Southwestern for pulling out a win and making my hair just a little bit grayer, but enjoyed it. Nice home field. Lots of people showed up. So a good night. We come away with the W. We'll go into the film room.
Yep. TJ?
All that matters, end of the day, Pirates won. Like I said before, there's a lot to build on heading into Week 3 for the Pirates, offensively, defensively, and even special teams. They can improve on so many different things, and it's going to be imperative that they do so going into a hard week against TLU, their last non-conference game coming up. But it's a big one. It's a rivalry game going back all the way when the program was first started back in the modern era in 2016. So knowing that, they got to be focused all week, got to lock in. And no doubt, with Coach Priestley at the helm, with all these senior leaders on the team, they will do exactly that.
Well, 51-43, the final score. First of all, I'm glad if it's going to be a 4-hour game, I'm glad we were inside in the AC.
Oh, 100%.
Thank goodness. So that's going to do it for us tonight. We'll be back with you next week when the Pirates face one of the oldest rivals, the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs. Special thanks to Southwestern Director of Intercollegiate Activities, Ken Ralph, Senior Associate Director of Athletics, Glenn Schwab, Associate Director of Athletic Communications, Peyton Stegeman, the Georgetown ISD staff, head coach Bill Kriesel, and, of course, all you folks out there for tuning in. Sorry about the little internet hiccup there at the end, but I'm glad we were able to get it back up and running for you. From our broadcast partner, TJ Balo, our sideline reporter, Chuck Tracy, cameraman Donald Williams and Dalton Brown, producer Trey Grubb, technical director Sid Vincott, communications director Christina Weber-Bertrand, and our quality administrator Skylar Gillespie, and everyone at Vype Media. My name is Merle Bertrand, signing out from Brookleback Field, where the Southwestern Pirates hung on for dear life for a 51-43 win over the Puget Sound Loggers. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next week for more Southwestern Pirates football right here on the Vype Live Network. Good night from Georgetown, Texas.